the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. And here at the studio off Eisenhower Road, we've got rain.
That was rain.
We've got rain, lightning. When I look at my phone, you get the rain that's falling on there, a little lightning strike every now and then. So I pulled up the cameras at my house. It's not raining at my house.
Well, this means it's not raining at mine either then. So that's too bad. But I was happy to see some wet stuff. It's been so long since we've seen that fall out of the sky that it was nice. We were actually having a meeting, a little pre-show meeting, and I stopped and paused and said, "Is that rain?"
Yeah.
You could hear it on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's been a while since we've heard that.
It has.
Thank goodness.
Great to hear that. Great to see it outside, too.
Well, and for all of you people that washed your car this weekend, thank you.
Yeah, right. Well, dude, how many times have you washed your car over the last 6 months and it hasn't rained a drop?
Well, a lot, but I'm not the right guy to ask for that because I wash my car way too often.
Yeah, well,
and I'm gonna have to go tomorrow to the wash tub because
because it's going to be 150 degrees again by the end of the week.
It's stupid hot, and it has been. I'll tell you, I was in Phoenix a couple weeks ago, late July, and it was like 118. In Dallas over the weekend, where I was, 109. I mean, it was just stupid. It really, like, literally walking from like Texas Live to AT&T Stadium, and it's just like this just isn't right. I mean, I've been around hot my whole life, growing up here, but it's just dumb right now. It's just dumb.
It's hot, but what are you going to do?
Well, that's it.
I mean, you still got to do stuff. I play golf, and you deal with it. It's not a big deal.
I'd much rather have this than be cold.
Absolutely, no question about it. So it's summertime in South Texas.
I know there's people out there that would prefer the cold, and they can't wait to get to that side of the closet.
Who are those people?
Not me. But yeah, it's weird to complain about the heat here, but nice to get this rain because we need it, man. Our yards need it.
Yeah, I don't know if you know how you believe in the Farmer's Almanac, but I read a story a couple weeks ago that the Farmer's Almanac is predicting that we're going to have a very cold winter this year.
Okay.
Very hot summer, very cold winter. Now, I'm a big believer in the Farmer's Almanac. They're usually pretty solid. So
how often do you read the Farmer's Almanac, Joe?
I never read it.
Okay.
But when there are stories about the
when
Farmer's
you're told
Almanac,
what's in the book.
when there's exactly.
Is there an actual book?
Well, I'm thinking
the old Farmer's Almanac.
A credible journalist is not going to write a story and fake it.
Really?
Well, I wouldn't. Well,
it is 2023.
Well, that's
Think
a good
about
point.
what you just said.
I guess that's a good point. There's a lot of that fake stuff going around, but I think that this was a legit story, and I'm expecting a very cold winter here in San Antonio and South Texas.
Very cold.
Very cold. Now, I don't know if it's Snowmageddon like we had before. I hope not, because I don't want that again, ever.
So when I was in Dallas, I got alerts that our power had gone out. Was that just was that heat stuff here, or is it just a random power outage in my neighborhood?
I think you better check that app because my power never went out.
All my clocks were all jacked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's that cheap neighborhood you live in.
Yeah, probably.
That
Although during Snowmageddon, we didn't lose power.
I didn't either.
We were on a fire station grid.
Yeah, the same way. I didn't lose, and I felt bad. I didn't lose power or water. Everything was fine, and I think it's the same way. I live in Chavano Park, and there's a fire station.
They're not going to cut your power off there.
Fire station right down the road. Of course not.
Yeah. I mean, they're not doing that to you guys.
Of course not.
No, it was so bad because I was stuck on a beach in Florida. Pledge was supposed to watch the dogs, and he couldn't get to the house.
Well, how the hell did your dogs make it?
Well, neighbor Hal, he took care of them.
Oh, okay.
He took care of them.
Good thing. Now,
Pledge had no power for like 3 days. I'm like, just go to my house. I got power, I got food, I got water, and I got dogs that need to poop outside.
He couldn't get there.
He couldn't get there.
You needed a snowmobile to get there.
Well, his car can't ride in the rain, let alone ice.
Really? That big monster,
Yeah,
big manly Dodge Charger.
Yeah. If it's slick, he's sliding.
You know what's funny about that is I know because we had to rent a car. We had a little fender bender in Maggie's car, and they gave us a Dodge Charger. And it was cool for a minute to drive around. I mean, Pledge is he's a big he-man. And
yeah, he peels out of the parking lot.
Likes to impress the ladies and stuff. So, he drives a Dodge Charger. For me, I don't need that anymore.
No.
So it was fun to drive. Man, we drove the hell out of that thing.
Well, of course. It's a rent car.
Yes, that's what we did.
I mean, I see how you treat rentals.
Well, not only that, when you pay for the gas up front, I like to coast into the parking lot.
Exactly. That's exactly what you've got to do with that.
I'm coasting in there. I don't want to leave them a drop.
Brian Eagle treats his rentals, well, the way rentals are supposed to be treated. The question is Jonathan Taylor going to be treated like a rental, or is it going to end up with a long-term deal? It's quite the topic because Jonathan Taylor can go find a trade partner if he wants. And some of the Vegas types have the Cowboys with pretty good odds of being in the mix.
Why?
Because it's the Dallas Cowboys, and if you mention them, we will talk about them.
I look. I've heard the Bears. I've heard the Miami Dolphins. And my buddy Ray at the gym, big Buffalo Bill fan. He wants Buffalo.
Well, think about everybody that didn't get Dalvin Cook is now going to be in the market for a Jonathan Taylor.
Right. And the Cowboys weren't players in the Dalvin Cook sweepstakes, were they?
They were not. The Dolphins are the betting favorites at 2-1. Then you've got the Bears, the Bills, the Ravens, the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Bucks, the Vikings, the Eagles. Eagles at 20-1. Cowboys 8-1.
Okay, well, don't bet the Cowboys. You're going to lose your shorts. Just don't, because that ain't happening.
Well,
it's not happening.
No. You say that. You say a lot of things as fact that aren't. I'm with you. I don't see it happening because I see how the Cowboys treat the running back position. The idea that you got Tony Pollard on a franchise tag. And I said when he signed it his last year in Dallas, they're going to let him play 1 year on the tag, and then they're going to start over.
I completely disagree with that.
Well, until Steven said on our show when we were out in Oxnard that they actually offered him a deal. But I just don't see the Cowboys playing big money for a running back. You could trade him, or trade for him and use him as a rental. But if he's seeking a trade, he's going to want the team give up. The Colts say they want a first-round pick, right? A high draft pick.
They want a first round or a package of picks that amount to a first round, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, a 2 and a 3 or
something.
I don't know.
To
but
that effect.
How much draft capital do you give up for a rental?
Exactly.
Right.
Now, look, if you're the Cowboys, would it be worth it to give up a number 1 pick to get a guy like a Jonathan Taylor and go all in this year? And you do rent him out. If he'll go for that, he may not even go for it.
Well, I don't know if he has a choice.
Well, he's got under contract for like $4.5 million this year.
Well, it's his end of his rookie deal. He doesn't have a no trade clause, right?
No.
But if his agent can find a trade partner, the Colts are willing to let him go. Because Jim Irsay has already proven he doesn't give a damn about running backs.
Jim Irsay's an idiot.
Well,
okay, I mean, let's just go with that.
But that's true. But the Cowboys have also shown that they're probably not going to pay a running back like that. Although Jonathan Taylor is young, I could make arguments on why you would want to do this. I just don't see the Cowboys going that route. I'm curious for you guys. Do you have a good argument? Do you have a good argument as to why Dallas should go all in for a Jonathan Taylor?
So
I would like to hear that argument. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
What is that? What would that say to Tony Pollard if you went out and got a Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor is better than Tony Pollard.
How do you know that?
Have you been watching the NFL?
I've been watching the NFL. The guy's, he's pretty good.
Just pretty good.
Y'all act like Jonathan Taylor is the next coming of what, O.J. Simpson or,
Well, I mean,
Walter Payton
nobody said that, right?
You just said he's better than Tony Pollard.
He's better than Tony Pollard.
Oh, stop
if you were to take, if you had in your fantasy draft coming up, you've got round one, you got Jonathan Taylor and you got Tony Pollard sitting there. You're telling me who you would take if Jonathan Taylor was on a respectable team, not the Colts.
Oh, well, now we're throwing him on a respectable team.
Well, I mean,
now I drafted Jonathan Taylor a couple of years ago in our fantasy draft when nobody else had heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm pretty good at that.
You keep telling yourself that.
Jonathan Taylor, Jake Ferguson. I mean, all of these things.
Yeah. So you discovered Jonathan Taylor too, but now you don't want him?
I did.
And now you're saying you're a bad picker.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Tony Pollard is finally going to get an opportunity to show what he can do. How do you know Tony Pollard is not better than Jonathan Taylor? He's never had the opportunity to be Jonathan Taylor. Taylor was the number one back for the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Pollard's had to sit behind a guy that's been a has-been for the last 2 years.
Zeke Elliott has been.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just making sure I get all this right. So what do you have? 18 touchdowns in 2021?
And how many carries did he have? Okay, if we're gonna compare apples to apples, let's compare them. Tony Pollard, carried the average, 10, 12 carries a day?
Situational football is what it is. And again, Tony Pollard, and I'm excited to see what he could do as running back one of the Dallas Cowboys. He has worked his way and earned that position, right? But
yes, he has.
In college, he was not an every down back. Jason Garrett had him initially. They didn't use him as an every down back, and they were worried about his workload.
Well, that's right.
Mike McCarthy comes. He had several different coaching staffs, not just one. So there was something with Tony Pollard in the past that you could say several different coaches identified the same thing. He's worked his way and should get all the credit for working his way up to getting the trust that, yes, you can handle this kind of workload. Cowboys, according to Stephen Jones, offered him a long-term deal, and he turned it down, willing to play on the franchise tag. So the Cowboys only have him for one more year. They could tag him a second time, but the tag number says they're not going to do that. So
they're probably going to tag CD, I would imagine.
But if you're the Cowboys, do you risk whatever it is with Tony Pollard, who's already turned your contract offer down, or make a trade for a Jonathan Taylor and say shore up your running back position for the next 4 or 5 years? You can make that argument. You could make that argument.
If you're going to sign Jonathan Taylor, you'd be stupid not to do that. Why would you do that? If Tony Pollard's not your guy and that's what you've decided, and he's already out the door after the season regardless, because that's what you say, then why not sign Jonathan Taylor and sign him to a 3 or 4 year deal? I mean, yeah, you'd be stupid not to. Why would you just rent this guy for one season? Let him go. Let him be your guy if that's what you're going to do. And then you either run Tony Pollard, make him the RB2, or trade him away.
Swagoo says the Cowboys need to go after Jonathan Taylor. We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need caps made, Sam has over 12,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom right now, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. If you need t-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. Uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's about a mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, eWealth Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, we don't really think about it, but guys need skincare too. It's so hard, though, to find something that's just for guys. Until now. I found Toro Cosmeceuticals and it's completely changed the game. Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. It's luxury skincare just for men, and it's affordable. Toro is a game changer, and it's an experience all for men. And to get you started, Toro is offering you 20% off. All you have to do, go to toroskincare.com and enter the code JOE.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you have the first overall pick, make sure you select Twin Peaks for your fantasy football draft party. Stay cool under the pressure with 29-degree draft beers, bites from the whole team, plus $50 bonus card for the commish. An additional $5 bonus card for every drafter. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com for more info.
Missions Baseball is back tonight at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to SAMissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Dad, I don't feel good.
I'll grab the Vicks DayQuil Kids Honey.
Isn't DayQuil just for parents?
Actually, Vicks DayQuil Kids Honey is just for kids, specially designed to treat kids' most bothersome cold symptoms quickly with a honeylicious tasting flavor kids like.
You know what else kids like?
DayQuil Kids Honey first, then video games.
Deal.
Vicks DayQuil Kids Honey, the kids' honeylicious daytime coughing, congestion, stuffy head, stuffy nose medicine. Safe for ages 6+.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Wednesday on R&R in the Morning, the sounds of Frisco. We hear what Mike McCarthy had to tell the media. Also, we look ahead to who's going to play Saturday versus the Raiders that could actually make the roster. And The Athletic has ranked the NCAA football teams 1 through 133. Who got snubbed? Who got too much love? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, which Metallica song had you never heard before? Tell the truth. There's a couple that you didn't know.
Well, there was a couple of the new ones, Rudy, off the new record that I'd never heard live before, but obviously listening to the new record. The 2 Metallica shows in Dallas were great. A lot of people have asked. I thought Sunday night's Metallica show was better than the Friday night show. More of the classics as opposed to from the new record, although Friday Pantera opened, so it was awesome to see them.
Now,
Last
see,
night it was Five Finger Death Punch, or Sunday night.
that should tell every band, and it irritates me. If I'm going to go to a concert, I don't want to hear a bunch of new stuff.
Exactly.
I want to hear your classic, your stuff that I can sing along to, you can dance, you have a good time. But I don't know why that is, that some people think that, well, we got to debut all the new stuff. It's not what I want.
Well, it's not about you. It's about them.
No, it is about me. I'm paying the damn ticket price.
Exactly. And I've been listening to this song for 35 years. I need to hear it one more time.
Exactly.
And you need to play it.
Yes.
Every night you're there.
I'll never forget the first time I saw Tim McGraw. He played, I didn't recognize one song.
Oh, wow.
And it was ridiculous.
That sucks. Now, when they tell you, all right, hey, I'm going to play something from the new record, they're like, cool. I'm going to pee. Right?
Right.
I mean,
or I get that one song, two songs maybe, but I want to hear your hits.
If you're giving me 16 songs in a set list, 13 of them better be songs that I know.
Amen, brother.
I'm with you there. And for Metallica, that's pretty much what they did. Because you figure most concerts, 16 to 20 songs. Metallica is
Unless
right.
you're Taylor Swift.
Well,
she did 50.
Well, I mean, but when you got 2-minute songs, you can add them up. Metallica's got 7-minute songs, so they still got to be done in 2 hours, and that's always the problem with any concert. It's never long enough. 2 hours, right?
That's long enough.
It's not. See, it's like Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters. I'll never forget. Saw Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters in Memphis. That was my first Foo Fighters show. And he was like, hey, we're 2 hours in. If you're ready for the encore, because that's what your favorite band does, time to get a new effing favorite band. And he played another hour. That show was like 3.5 hours long.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Anyway,
Well, I mean, with ticket prices these days, yeah, they should go 3.5, 4 hours long.
Speaking of tickets, we have some Cowboys tickets to give away.
We do.
For Saturday's preseason game against the Raiders.
A pair.
A pair of tickets. We're not doing caller 9.
No. Way too valuable for caller 9.
If you want to go see the Cowboys and Raiders, you got to tell us why you deserve these tickets. Pledge loves these contests. He's got to work a little bit harder.
He's got to write them down. If we say, hey, that's a good one, put that on the list, bam.
If you want to go, it's a preseason game. We'll pick a winner towards the end of the show. You can dial us up, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Honestly, I'd rather hear from you than read it on a tweet. Or you could tweet at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, or an SA Sports Star. And if you tweet, you got to make sure you're following all of us. Pledge will have to verify that, which is what he hates. But I will tell you now, I don't want a stupid sob story. I don't want a sad story.
No.
I know those are out there, but that doesn't really help you.
And let me just say something, because 3776 here on our text line says, you're talking about preseason. Come on, man. Let me just tell you something, pal. This is just the beginning, because we're going to be giving away tickets for the entire season.
Yep.
All right. So maybe you should ask before you're a smart ass on the text line.
Well, and again, the idea that for you, all right, preseason game might not be worth it. For a lot of people out there, that's the only game they will ever get to go to inside that stadium.
Very true.
I'll never forget Jerry Jones saying NFL football is a TV product. According to Jerry Jones, only 7% of NFL fans have ever actually been inside an NFL stadium for a game, preseason or not.
Very true. And I tell you what, look, preseason game or not, if you've never been to Jerry World, that in itself is worth the trip. I mean, that place is magnificent. And if you've never been there, you need to go. And I know there are a lot of people other than that particular texter that will be very happy to take these pair of tickets to the Raiders-Cowboys preseason game.
And if you don't want to go, don't try to win them.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So
Did I
we do
sound
have
irritated?
a pair of tickets. Well, look, it's preseason. I get it.
I don't get it. If it free is free.
But if you don't want to go, it's beneath me.
That's right.
I mean, all right, that's fine. But for other people, it's big. I see, like 3114 is texting in right now. See, Chris, who just texted in, texting doesn't get you into the contest. It's either
No.
phone calls or tweeters.
Yeah. So you can
Or
say
should we
this-
do a threads contest?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to look at that.
Why don't you want to see my thread?
I don't. I heard it's very thin.
Oh, the jokes.
I might need a magnifying glass.
That you won't. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Edward, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man? Edward?
What's up, Edward?
Hey, how's it going? I'm just trying to see if I can get some Cowboys tickets.
Well, tell us why you deserve them.
Well, sir, I've never been to a Cowboys game. I've lived here my entire life. I joined the United States Army. I would stay up when I was overseas, and this was like 03, 04. We had like one TV that we had to walk to, and I would go check out the Cowboys games, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, just depending on the time difference. And I would really like to go check it out and take my wife.
All right, Edward, we're going to put you on hold. Pledge will get some information from you throughout the show, and we're going to do this throughout the show. You never know. Let's go to Nick. Nick, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. Long-time listener of the show, big fan. I just want to say, so I'm 31 years old. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Obviously I was live when they had, their Super Bowl success, but I have no mental recollection of it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
The only success that obviously it's just the recent, somewhat postseason success that we've had. And which is really, it's nothing really, but I'm just a diehard fan, and it would be a blessing if I could get these tickets, man. I could take my wife. She's never been to a Cowboys game.
All right,
So
Nick,
I
we're gonna put you on hold. Pledge will get some information from you. Brad, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey guys, listen to you all the time. I'm a truck driver, so I listen to you quite a bit. But my long story short, my wife and I's 10-year anniversary this weekend, and it'd be super awesome to go to a football game.
So, do you have anniversary plans yet for your Big 10 year?
We do, but we got 3 boys, and they kind of wreck most of our plans.
Well, he wants a road win.
Yeah. Three boys in 10 years, man. I don't know if a road win is what you need there, man. Do you need a 4th kid?
Exactly. We'll just drop them off at the grandparents' house, and we'll get out of town for the weekend.
There you go. Brad, hang on the line, man. Pledge will get some information from you. We'll go from there. Christian, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
How you doing? My name is Christian. I'm a long-time listener, man. I drive for DHL. I listen to you guys all the time. I want to take my son to his first football game. He's never been. He has autism, but he loves football. The guy throws the football like a rocket. I love him.
How old is he?
My 11-year-old boy.
11. Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. So that's my reason for wanting to go.
All right.
And hopefully you guys pick me, man.
Kristen, hang on. Pledge will get some information from you. Look at that. Right out of the gate, we got four good candidates right out of the gate.
That's pretty good, isn't it? And they all had a good story in their own way.
Yes.
It's going to be a difficult decision.
And then, and again, texting doesn't work on this. Although this guy says, I'm at work. I can't call. Probably can't go to the game anyway. I've been around since before Minix came around. See, that's a lie. Because I was here day one of this radio station.
Yeah, you were.
So you weren't listening to this station before me. But I get it if you've been around since 2008 listening.
Well, what was this before? Do you remember?
1250?
Wow.
I don't remember if we were part of Border Media, so it was probably regional Mexican music.
Okay. All right.
Because we had a couple of Spanish stations, but I don't honestly remember what was on 1250 before we flipped it. Now, going way, way back to the early 90s, 1250, when it was owned by Lotus and sister stations with the old KZEP, actually used to be a sports station carrying all national programming like Scotty Farrell on the bench.
Yeah.
Exactly. This because when I worked at KZEP, we used to have to check the logs and the transmitter stuff for the sports station. back then. Then it was all kinds of different things.
First time
and now we're on 94.1.
The first time I was around, we had KTSA, KTFM.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we had.
And you know what KTSA stands for, right?
No, what does it stand for?
Keep the sports away.
Oh, really?
Which is why, we ended up with a sports station.
Well, yeah.
That was a joke inside the building.
I got you.
Because
there's a lot of good folks over there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Isabel, you're on the Blitz.
Hi, my name is Isabel, and I would like to try to get the Cowboy tickets.
Okay, tell us why you deserve them.
Why? Okay, why? Because I'm 63 years old. I'm a retired nurse. I worked at the VA hospital for many years, and I am a diehard Cowboy fan. I've never been to a game, and I think I need to do that to celebrate my retirement. My friend is not a Cowboy fan, and I'm trying to get him to change. And he just doesn't understand. Cowboys are the best team of America.
All right, so
yes, they are.
They're America's team. All right. So Isabel, your friend, he is a fan of who?
He is a fan of the Chicago Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs. You realize? All right. See, that doesn't fly well with Joe Reiniger.
Yeah, that didn't help you any at all.
That is not even the same sport.
I know. He does not like football. He's crazy. And he's
like the Cardinals.
So Isabel, do you actually listen to this show, or does he force you to listen to us?
No, he forces me to listen. But
no, Isabel, what's his name?
His name is Jesse.
Jesse, what is wrong with you, dude? There's something wrong with Cub fans mentally. There's a problem with you.
Yeah,
I'm looking at one right there. The boss.
They love losing. They love misery. They're miserable people, and they enjoy it.
Jesse, I feel bad for you. Isabel, I thought you would have better taste.
Yeah.
I know, but
you might have to use other powers in order to convert him to being a Cowboys fan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can think my son. He's a Cowboy fan too.
yeah. You're dating a Cubs fan, man. That totally eliminates you from the running for these Cowboy tickets. But we appreciate you being forced to listen.
That wasn't very nice. Jay, you're such a mean guy.
What
You're such a mean guy.
What do you mean?
Isabel has to put up with a Cubs fan.
She chooses misery.
Well, I guess
that's her choice.
Poor thing.
That's her choice.
She wanted a night out, an escape.
I've been married to a nurse for a long time. She had me. She's working at the VA hospital forever. Man, she had me. She had me until the Cubs fan.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's hard to come back from being a Cubs fan. I mean, it really is. I mean,
that's it.
They're a special kind of
something like that. I'm with you. I'm with you. We'll do this throughout the show. You got reasons? 210-656-ESPN. Why do you deserve these Cowboys Raiders tickets? 656-3776 or tweet at Joe Reiniger 210 at Jason Minix. Should the Cowboys go after Jonathan Taylor? We're talking about it next on the Blitz.
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic is back Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shankla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best barbecue in San Antonio. Tailgating or game watching? Build your own barbecue group pack with sliced brisket, turkey, pork loin, or meats of your choice, and all the classic barbecue sides. And let Smoky Mo's take care of the food while you cheer for the team. Early kickoff? Make everyone happy with Smoky Mo's breakfast taco boxes for a crowd. This season, we'd love to see you at our 7 Smoky Mo's locations or order for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBBQ.com.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 Mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090. If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-5959. That's 1-800-885-5959. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-885-5959.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Call Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your show $1,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. You can tweet at me, at Jason Minix. Or dial up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We do have Cowboys Raiders tickets to give away for Saturday night at Jerry's World. All you got to do is tell us why you deserve these tickets. And at the end of the show, we'll pick a story. We just don't want a sob story, to be honest with you.
And we've gotten some great stories, by the way, thus far. So there's going to be a pretty good competition, but take your best shot.
Absolutely. You think about taking your best shot. The term all in when it comes to NFL teams, I don't know when did that come about, but it feels like the Rams did it a couple years ago. Man, they went all in and they won. The Buccaneers did. They went all in and they won. Other teams have done it. They've gone all in. It just didn't result in a Super Bowl, but at least they tried.
Yeah.
We've talked about that with Jerry Jones often. Go all in. You have a team. Hell, he said this week that this might be the best roster to go get a Super Bowl that he's had in a long time.
I agree with him.
So there's a running back who's unhappy in Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor has been given permission to seek a trade. So he's trying to do that. So the odds makers put together a list of teams that, best odds to land a Jonathan Taylor. Cowboys are on the list. Honestly, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. But Marcus Spears, Swagoo, and I love Swagoo. On First Take this morning, he was making the case on why the Cowboys must make this deal.
The Dallas Cowboys should be on the phone to get him because it's such a close call in the NFC.
Yeah.
Whatever type of leverage you can gain over your team, over your opponents, you need to be trying to figure out every aspect to be able to do that. We saw Philly do it. Philly took a jump because of A.J. Brown. All right, let's just be honest. That was the move that they made that changed them from everybody else in the NFC East when it comes to obviously outside of Jalen Hurts and that offensive line.
Yep.
Here's the thing for me with Jonathan Taylor in Dallas. Tony Pollard, one, coming off of an injury. When you were at your best, you had a bell cow in Zeke Elliott.
Right.
You had a complimentary back. And now you got a quarterback that you want to turn down turnovers, and you want to be able to run the ball when you can, when it's available to you. It ain't about
when you have to.
Exactly. So when you start talking about a guy that can carry the ball, carry a heavy load like he was doing in Indy, this is the perfect piece with Tony Pollard to complement him and for you to potentially have just enough to get over the Philly and the San Francisco hump. That is what Dallas should be looking at.
Why does everybody hate Tony Pollard?
Well,
and I'm asking that sincerely. I got Cowboy James over here on the text line saying trade Pollard.
Here's the thing. I don't know that anybody hates Tony Pollard. Just like I heard you yesterday everybody talking about Deuce Vaughn like he's the next best thing. Right?
I don't understand that either.
Well, and so you hear something and you just go to this wild extreme, right? I don't know that anybody hates Tony Pollard, but we haven't seen him be that every down back. We didn't see it in college. We haven't seen it in the NFL, but now we've given him the keys to the car.
Right.
And he's earned it.
And now you want to take him away from him.
Well, if you can upgrade your car, and Jonathan Taylor is an upgrade.
Do we know that?
Yes.
We do.
He's a proven every down back in the NFL, and he did it on a crappy Colts team.
Because he's had an opportunity to be an every down
All
back.
right.
He hasn't had that opportunity in Dallas.
All right. Well, Deuce Vaughn hasn't had that opportunity, but you're ready just to make him a gadget guy and, send him to the little league where he fits in size.
No, I think he'd be great.
Right? You don't think he can be an NFL guy, but he's never had the opportunity.
Now that's not what I've said.
Well,
I think he can be an NFL guy. I just said he can't be a 12 to 15 carry running back guy. He can be a hell of a kickoff returner. We saw that Saturday night.
The problem is Tony Pollard there for a while was only good for 12 to 15 yards because the fear was he wears down late in games after all those hits.
Jason,
that was
stop it. The fear
that's been the
that
knock
nobody
on him.
wanted to hurt poor Zeke Elliott's feelings. That was the problem. It had nothing to do with anything else.
I remember Zeke tearing it up at the University of Memphis when they shared the backfield. Tony Pollard has never been the every down back. He wasn't in college, and he hasn't been in the NFL yet. Jonathan Taylor has.
Just get rid of him. He'll never be anything more than a second running back. Is that what you're saying?
Clearly, you only hear certain words.
I'm just asking.
Because I said he has earned the opportunity to have what he has now.
Well, then why do you want to trade for Jonathan Taylor?
First off, I never said that. That was some guy on the text. Don't put words in my mouth. But I do think when he signed that tag, that it's one more year with Pollard, and then the Cowboys are looking for a new running back. So going into the draft, that's why I was like, if you can get Bijan, then you draft Bijan. I'm surprised they didn't take a running back higher than when they finally got Deuce Vaughn. But I don't see the Cowboys making a move for Jonathan Taylor. Swagoo makes a nice argument, but the Cowboys' history says they're not going to do that. Now, if you want to go all in this year, give up a draft pick, which I wouldn't give up a first for Jonathan Taylor, and have him for this year without the long-term commitment, a second, I might do that to go all in this year. And as Swagoo says, share the backfield with Tony Pollard, because I do question whether the Cowboys have enough in the backfield right now. Rico Dowdle or Deuce Vaughn look like they're going to be RB2 and RB3.
Okay, Deuce Vaughn's not going to be RB2. Rico Dowdle, yes, I think he has earned that. Deuce Vaughn is not a running back two. He's not.
Well, just because he hadn't had the opportunity yet.
Is that what it is? Okay,
apparently.
Well, then
let
him have the opportunity. I just don't understand. Everybody's all excited about Tony Pollard. And all of a sudden, Jonathan Taylor comes available, and then Tony Pollard we want to throw him in the trash can.
Well, nobody wants to throw him in the trash can, right? I never heard anybody say throw him in a trash can.
Well,
I mean, he's not a freshman.
Well, that's how I interpreted it.
He's not going to get a swirly after practice. All right, no, you know what? I just look at that and say, all right, is there enough running back depth behind Tony Pollard? If Tony Pollard gets hurt, are the Cowboys in a bad situation? Are they?
Say that again. I was distracted. What did you say?
Is there enough depth? Are any of the guys behind Tony Pollard capable of being RB1 if Tony Pollard gets hurt?
Well, that's a loaded question.
Well, that's what I do.
That's a loaded question. Look, I think Rico Dowdle has looked pretty good. The question on him is he going to stay healthy? I mean, but you could say that about everybody.
But Rico has had issues staying healthy throughout his NFL career. I could see. And again, I don't see this Jonathan Taylor thing happening.
Well, I mean, I guess what I don't understand, all of a sudden, Jonathan Taylor's the hot topic. When Dalvin Cook was available, I didn't hear people screaming for Dalvin Cook, not like they're doing with this now. Who else? Who else is available out there? I mean, there's some other guys.
Well, I think what makes Jonathan Taylor attractive, whether you want to believe this or not, and I wish you.
I think it's a great running back.
Hold on, do me a favor. Find Rob Thompson's readers over there and put them on for old time's sake, because I'm about to make you rip them right off your head.
Well, here are my old ones that I gave Rob Thompson right here.
Well, and Rob can't wear yours because the prescription is too much for him.
There,
Jonathan Taylor versus some of the others that you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
He's young.
Ooh. I can't
you ripped them off. I didn't even get to my point.
I can't do it. It just doesn't feel right.
Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the NFL, and he's young.
Okay.
Right? That makes him more attractive than, say, a Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook, I don't think you heard a lot of conversation, at least with Dallas, because it looked like he was going to just end up in Miami. But I think a Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard backfield would be far more explosive than, say, what you had with Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Okay.
And part of, and again, I don't see Jonathan Taylor happening, but if you're the Cowboys in their meeting rooms right now, the discussions that they're having have to be, do we have enough insurance in the backfield? If we have a Super Bowl caliber team, does Jonathan Taylor help? Yes. But if something happens to Tony Pollard, do we have enough in the backfield? Is he more of insurance? But at what cost?
Well, I don't think that you I mean, you can look at it. Next Tuesday, there's 40 guys going to be cut.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, from every team.
Yep.
I'm sure there's some running backs included in that list.
Kevin Monk on our YouTube channel puts it in a way that Joe Reinagle could understand. Maybe you have a new girlfriend, and sure you like her, he writes. But if Margot Robbie gives you a chance, new girlfriend becomes my backup.
Ah, okay.
So he's comparing Jonathan Taylor to Margot Robbie.
Well, look, if the Cowboys commit to Jonathan Taylor, and it's not a 1-year rental, then do it. I'd be all for it. You want to commit to this young man, give him a 3 or 4 year contract, do it.
But at what price?
Well, that's it.
And that's
it.
Because in a lot of ways,
he's not going to be a 1-year rental for the Dallas Cowboys. I could almost guarantee you that.
Do you look at this situation if you're Steven and Jerry and treat it the way you did Amari Cooper? Now, they tried to go receiver by committee and realized this ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
They made the trade for Amari Cooper. They gave up a first-round pick. And Amari Cooper was better immediately than anybody they were going to draft with that first-round pick. And then he got a new contract.
Right.
And he was good for a couple of years until they shipped him to Cleveland, right?
No, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good. But do you treat this Jonathan Taylor situation like you did the Amari Cooper situation, but you're doing it before the start of the season as opposed to, all right, well, here's our plan at receiver. We don't really need a one. We're just going to send a bunch of guys out there and go, all right, well, this sucks. Because Amari Cooper came in and immediately changed that offense. So do you do the running back position? We're comfortable at one with Tony Pollard. But are we comfortable with the guys that are also in the room? And that's Deuce Vaughn, that's Rico Dowdle, and that's Malik Davis.
Okay. No. The answer to that is squarely no, because they're all unknown. Every single one of those guys you mentioned are unknowns. However, there will be some running backs cut from other teams that you can go out and cut or grab after next Tuesday's cut down day, if you so choose to do that. But you don't bring in a star running back. You don't bring in a star running back like Jonathan Taylor. First of all, on a 1-year rental, you don't do that. You're not going to do that. The Cowboys won't do that. And I don't think Jonathan Taylor will agree to something like that because somebody else is going to give him a contract.
You know, the way Jim Irsay is treating Jonathan Taylor, I don't know if Jim really gives a damn what Jonathan Taylor wants. As long as the Colts get in return what they think
but it's
are
not
his
up
value.
It's not up to him.
Well, it really is.
No, it's really not. What it's up to is what he gets in return. But whoever the challenge is going to be, whatever team he goes to, is going to have to work out a contract with this guy.
Well, and you look at his agent. Pledge, do you know who Jonathan Taylor's agent is? Because that's the guy that has to figure this out. Because if the Colts get the right compensation, they don't care if Jonathan Taylor ends up with a long-term deal or as a rental, as long as they get what they want in return. Because again, they've given him permission to seek a trade, but he does not have a no trade clause. So as long as the Colts feel like they're getting fair compensation, I don't think that Jim Irsay or the Colts care if he's a rental or gets a long-term deal or gets all the money that he's after. The Colts don't care as long as they get in return what they think is valueless. What I find entertaining is that Jim Irsay has basically said, we don't value this guy or his position, but he wants maximum value in return on what running backs used to get paid.
The Colts don't have to do anything. Jonathan Taylor's under contract. He's got a year left on his contract at $4+ million. So he's got a choice. If he can't find a trading partner the Colts agree to or something that he likes, he's either got to play football for the Colts or sit out. I mean, those are his choices. So it doesn't matter. He's under contract with the Indianapolis Colts. So just because they've given him permission to seek a trade doesn't mean that a trade is going to happen.
Absolutely. And again, if he sits out, it just rolls over time. And the Colts will have him for another year. So sitting out doesn't expire the deal. At least they're giving him the opportunity to go find a new place. And his agent, Malachi Kawa with First Round Management.
He's got a lot of work to do.
Their work is cut out for him.
He's burning the phones right now, I promise you.
I still don't see the Cowboys being in play.
He's going to end up in Miami if he ends up Miami or Buffalo. one of those two. Why would you go to the Bears? I mean, quite frankly, if you're Jonathan Taylor, why the hell would you go to the Bears? If you got an opportunity to go to a team like Miami or Buffalo that's got an opportunity to win a Super Bowl right now, the Bears, who the hell knows when they'll ever be relevant again?
Great questions.
Yeah.
Bears.
Yeah, they're horrible.
I think they're going to be better than they were last year.
Well, who knows?
I mean,
Bears, they're the Bears. They're going to bear.
But they're going to be better than last year. But last year they were bad.
Well,
and you look around and you see their division. I don't know if the Bears feel like they're in a position to go win the division now that Aaron's with New York. Anything's possible.
That ain't happening.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You know, you've probably heard me talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Did you know our hot Texas sun pounding down on your roof can degrade and age your roof? You need a reliable roofer, and that is Stevens Roofing. They're online at stevensroofing.net, or you give them a call at 210-785-0994. That's Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Energy companies raising your rates and then telling you to reduce your usage? Don't reduce, produce. At Roof Fix Solar Energy, take charge of your energy costs and keep your home as cool as you want. Sign today and we'll pay your utility bill until your solar's installed. Plus, capture a 30% tax credit and a $600 rebate. That's no money out of pocket and never pay a high utility bill again. Call 210-454-2400 or visit rooffixsa.com.
Roof Fix, home of the low price guarantee.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. It is football time. Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy. Go Download the app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. And I love playing at Underdog Fantasy because it's easy, it's fast, and you can win some real money. Underdog Fantasy has a new way to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money, and it's legal in Texas and a lot of fun. Build your dream team today. Head over to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code STAR, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, your new home for the Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at noon.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NBA has fined Sixers guard James Harden $100,000 for demanding a trade in public. He wasn't fined for calling Sixers Director of Player Personnel Daryl Morey a liar, however. Texas Rangers have lost 5 straight. They continue their series with the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. It all starts at 8 o'clock on your home for Rangers baseball, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Astros just a game and a half back of Texas. They take on the Red Sox.
Sports Center is brought to you by BraintreeNutrition.com. Better sleep, more focus. BraintreeNutrition.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday afternoon. Our buddy Indy Kalu will join us at 3:30. Talk some Texans and NFL with the San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer.
How's that place kicker for the Texans doing?
I have no idea.
He's doing great, huh?
I'm sure.
Indy will have a comment on that.
He loves talking kicker.
He does.
He really does. We have Cowboys tickets to give away for Saturday's game against the Raiders. It's a pair of tickets. So what we're doing throughout the show is we're taking your calls or your tweets on why you deserve to win these tickets. Tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix, the station at SA Sports Star. If you're tweeting, make sure you're following all 3 accounts. If you're dialing up, you got to talk to us. We're not doing it on the text line because,
that's too hard to do that. We'd rather hear from you face to face, so
limited characters.
Yes.
Limited characters. Hey, Joe, you're on the Blitz. Why do you deserve these tickets?
You talking to me?
You're Joe, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, we're talking to you, man.
Oh, man, long time fan, guys. I hear you twice a day, man. In the morning and right now. So, why do I deserve the tickets? I was born to Dallas Cowboys family. I've been Dallas Cowboy all my life. I'm 61 years old. I've never jumped off the wagon. I've always, whether they win or lose, I'm right there dedicated to them. My wife is from El Salvador. She was a soccer fan. She's not a soccer fan no more, buddies. She's a Dallas Cowboys fan. You should see the display she has at home. She read a poster on her couch. Nothing but Dallas Cowboys fan. Our entertainment center is full of Dallas Cowboys caps. Yeah, she bought our son a Tony Romo shirt when he was like 6 years old. Now she's got it framed on the wall. Okay,
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo, can you believe that? Yeah,
going all the way back to the legends.
Right.
Not Troy, not Roger, not Dandy Don.
I converted her.
Good for
Nice.
you. All right,
Joe.
Pledge is going to get some info for you, and we'll go from there. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 will decide on a winner close to the end of the show. Probably, 5:45 or so is when we'll do it. It is 5 after 3. Time for the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
You know, Joe, you're a Tennessee Titans sort of fan, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Although
Yeah.
somebody texted the text line wanting to know what happened to you yesterday while I was out.
What happened to me?
Yes.
We had a great show. I don't know.
I mean, let me see if I can go back and the guy said, Jason, did you listen in on the show yesterday? You know, I was off work.
So you can't listen when you're off work?
I did listen for a little bit, but you know, you got a day off, you got a day off.
Gotcha.
He writes, Joe thinks no birds are real, that they've all become government drones. He went crazy without you. He even showed the Cowboys some love. I don't know what the hell happened yesterday while I was out.
I don't remember showing the Cowboys some love, although I did say that I think on paper they look good and their windows as wide open as it's been in years.
Yeah.
And as wide open as it will be.
Yeah.
Because I think next year it will be closed significantly.
All right.
And birds, some dude said that on a national show.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So, you know, you've got, I don't know, the Tennessee Titans they've kind of become the backseat. They're kind of like your side chick team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who'd they draft this year?
Will Levis.
And one of the things we learned about Will Levis is his affection for mayonnaise.
In his coffee.
Which
really sounds disgusting.
Really
and makes me wonder about this kid. But I think he might be a good quarterback someday in the NFL.
Yeah.
But Hellman's took notice. But instead of paying this guy money, he just gets a lifetime supply of mayonnaise.
Now, so he's not getting cash at all?
Not according to the story that I'm reading. He's enjoying an unlimited supply of mayonnaise.
So, one, gross. Two,
yes.
What the hell's wrong with his agent? Are you paying your agent fees and mayonnaise as well?
Well, I mean, look, Hellman's worked out a pretty good deal. And they obviously got the best of this thing because they got mayonnaise in the warehouse they'll never use, so it's probably outdated.
They'll eventually use it. But what does mayonnaise for a year look like? Right?
For a year? No, it's for unlimited supply.
All right, unlimited. So every time he needs a new jar, he just calls his mayo rep?
I don't know. Do you get a box a month?
I remember one time I won beer for a year at an auction, right?
Yeah.
And it was pretty damn cheap. Nobody had bid on it, so I got the minimum. Oh yeah.
So
honestly, I think it might have been $100. Beer for a year, right?
So what how did that come through?
12 cases.
Oh, so you get a case a month.
Yeah. See, now my version of beer for a year and somebody else's.
Yeah, that's not unlimited.
Well, no, it was beer for a year, but they defined beer for a year. So or like if you won Whataburger for a year, you get 52 coupons.
Oh, is that what you get?
You get and it doesn't come with cheese or fries or
you got to add all that.
You got to add all that in if you get like the.
Well, that's kind of chinchy.
The Whataburger for a year.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, look at you. But to get paid in mayonnaise.
Well, I mean, this is just, I guess,
Good
maybe Hellman's will pay him to do some commercials. I don't know.
Good for Will Levis.
And I haven't really read the whole story, so I'll just say that. So it does say Will Levis is competing with Malik Willis for the Titans' backup quarterback job.
Will you read the screen? Don't read it out loud.
Oh, it wasn't it was his penis. Would you like to hear this?
No. I'm very distracted by James Pledger.
Well,
one,
Pledge.
He's eating right now, and two, he puts a note on the screen that yesterday Joe was off the rails and he was talking about Howard Stern's junk.
Well, no, his penis.
Well, that's his junk.
Well, his penis and his sack. I mean, that's what I consider package.
Or junk.
That's a package deal.
All right.
So we're wondering about this. So
Why were we wondering about
because
this?
there was a football game, a preseason game, and some moron, I guess, hacked into it and said this.
Tackle inbounds with 11
Prior
seconds.
to the ball being snapped and the foul for a false start, the clock was at 0. That is the end of the first half.
Thank you, Scott Novak, for the clarification. Nice job by the officials, by Scott Novak and his crew in this first half. The Bucks will be kicking off to start the second.
So they went Baba Booey on them?
Baba Booey. Now,
how does that relate to Howard Stern's junk?
It just said Howard Stern's penis. You didn't hear that?
I heard Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis.
Oh,
Baba Booey.
well, that's interesting.
I'm just saying, and I had no idea.
You had no idea that he has one?
Well, I quite frankly don't care if he has one or not. That is not, but I didn't know his fans were the Baba Booey.
And his crew in this first half.
Oh, that is funny.
So I'm researching this, and this is a thing, right? Howard Stern goes all the way back to the O.J. chase.
Yeah.
In the white Bronco. Some moron did that on the white Bronco chase.
So you don't listen to Howard Stern?
No,
on
I don't. I never was a Howard Stern
Have you
fan.
ever watched that? I mean, because Howard talks about it all the time about how small it is, and he's not very good in that area.
He
right?
talks about a small penis.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's not very well endowed according to him. And
Wow.
you know, on the show he's showed people, right? Have you ever seen the movie Private Parts?
No.
You need to go watch the movie Private Parts. It's the Howard Stern movie.
Okay.
You will learn a lot.
Well, I guess
that is your homework assignment for today.
I just don't really care about Howard Stern. I've never been a fan. Don't particularly want to be a fan, and so I won't waste my time with Private Parts.
It's for a radio guy now that you're not this snooty TV guy, now that you're a radio guy, I think you actually could learn some things about this business.
Really? Is that right?
By watching Private Parts.
You know, I had a hell of a mentor. Guy's name was Drex.
Yeah.
He was very Howard Stern-like, from what I understand, although a lot funnier.
Yeah.
I would say. And so that guy taught me more about radio than anybody else. So I credit Drex.
I always wanted just about 6 inches, 6 more inches.
It's all about the inches, man.
All right. So is Rudy J in the? Well, I'm not sure where we're going. What the hell that was?
Can we add a Baba Booey to that?
But yeah. So did I just hear Rudy J compare himself in that area to Howard Stern?
And his crew in this first half.
I always wanted just about 6 inches, 6 more inches.
It's all about the inches, man.
So does he want 6 inches or 6 more inches?
He wants 6 more. 6 more inches.
How greedy can you be?
We're doing the show from the Hunters Extravaganza, and he's talking, and I hear him say he needs 6 more inches. I'm going, Rudy, really?
Well, I heard him say he just wanted 6 inches, and then he clarified 6 more
more
inches.
Yeah. That probably wasn't a request of his. It might have been his wife requesting that.
After 20 years, do you think?
So Rudy was just throwing it out there.
Well, so, hold on, play that again, Pledge. This first up here. This whole segment has gone sideways.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
All right, stop it right there, all right?
So that's what got my attention. I'm like, whoa.
So we got to start calling Rudy tiny, huh?
I guess.
Poor guy. Poor
6
Anna.
inches light.
Well, please tell me you guys were talking about sandwiches or like truck lifts.
I think that's what he thought he was talking about, but I'm not sure. Well, he never specified.
Well, I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Now, because I know you guys were down there with our friends from Northwest Automotive Warehouse.
Yes.
So I could see him trying to gain an inch or two from them, or 6, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure because, when you do a show with Rudy J, you never know where it's going to go.
You never know. And I mean, for him, but we were interviewing these fine folks.
Okay. So
and so he's doing this live on the air. He needs 6 more inches.
Well,
and I'm like,
he didn't say 6 more. He said he just wants 6 inches.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
He only wants 6 inches. He's dreaming of just having 6 inches.
I mean, woo. So it's one of those moments.
Did you call him out on that?
Well, yeah, we're doing the show, and I immediately said, "Pledge, you recorded that, right?"
did Rudy catch himself?
Because Rudy he just kept talking.
So it has this become a drop on the morning show?
It needs to be.
Sometimes you can just pull the bone out.
So I mean, well, at less than 6, that's not necessarily true either.
Well, the bone's
right?
only 3, I guess.
I love Justin Bieber.
Well, how did we end up attacking Rudy J in this segment?
Well, because
I mean, what the hell just happened?
It was Because we went from penis to 6 inches. I mean, it makes sense.
And his crew in this first half.
You're sweating over there, Mick.
Well, it's I knew none of this was going to happen. I'm trying to be very careful and help out my buddy Rudy J as I tiptoe around this.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Because, I mean, most guys wouldn't brag about wanting.
Can we make that Baba Booey, Baba Booey? I just wanted 6 inches, Baba Booey.
I mean, because you look at it like Howard Stern will just say it's small. He says that all the time, right? But he's got a couple of kids. It works, right? Because Rudy J sometimes will just say things and not realize his microphone was on. Like the time we were at Texas Cheer Liquor.
No, we were live.
And exactly. Like, remember we were at Texas Cheer Liquor. He looked at the guy and said, his glutes are on point. I've never heard that from another man's mouth before, but Rudy J said it and then realized he was live on the radio.
We were in the middle of an interview when he made this proclamation.
Yeah.
So we were live on the air.
Well, Rudy J clearly is in the middle of his nap right now, or he would have already blown us up.
Well, we'll have another segment.
Actually, Pledge, get Rudy on the phone. We're going to talk to Rudy J next. We've got to get to the bottom of this.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Baba Booey.
Pledge editing on the fly. When they're small clips like that, you can edit fast.
Speaking of small.
Oh, good Lord. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Indy Kalu will join us about 3:30. We're going to try to wake up Rudy J from his nap to get some clarification. If you think about all the games that are coming up, there's no better place to go watch games than the Brew Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. If you're planning your fantasy football party, get into the Brew Pub. They got a great special right now with some wings and some buckets and obviously a great atmosphere to have your fantasy draft. You're watching the big games, the big fights. Get to the Brew Pub there at 281 and Redland and go hungry because the food is fantastic. They have the best and biggest wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. I love getting their fried shrimp. Pledge tells me their salads are wonderful. They've got great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Brew Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Brew Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Brew.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Missions Baseball is back tonight at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
Ever find yourself in a department store with a question,
but you can't find anyone who actually works there, so you just wander? That's what it feels like when you call most banks. But at Frost, we have live customer service 24/7, so you can speak to a real human right when you call, every time you call. No phone tree, no bots, just help from a real human when you need it. It's about being there for you. It's about more than money. Frost Bank.
If you're on the job day in and day out, you know living with pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulders is miserable. The good news, QC Kinetics gets it. They understand guys like you.
They don't have the luxury of taking time off. They want to keep working. We are built for those guys that want to keep working and want to stay active. So the vast majority of who we see are the blue-collar guys like me and you.
QC Kinetics uses biologic therapies, just like pro athletes have used for years, to get you lasting pain relief with no surgery.
I want you to continue working. I want you to continue exercising. The joints are made to be moved.
The treatments at QC Kinetics are fast and non-invasive.
It's not a lot of time commitment on your part. There is no downtime or recovery time. You don't need short-term disability with what we do. We want to keep you active.
Call QC Kinetics now to set up your free no-obligation consultation. Learn how you can get real pain relief and stay on the job.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Wednesday on R&R in the Morning, the sounds of Frisco. We hear what Mike McCarthy had to tell the media. Also, we look ahead to who's going to play Saturday versus the Raiders that could actually make the roster. And The Athletic has ranked the NCAA football teams 1 through 133. Who got snubbed and who got too much love? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, which Metallica song had you never heard before? Tell the truth. There's a couple that you didn't know.
I know them all. I know a couple off the new album, 72 Seasons, I'd never seen live before, but yeah, I know them all. Two shows. Love hearing from our friend Rudy J. And boy, we beat the hell out of that guy in the last segment. It's the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. That last segment went sideways in a hurry with some comments and some things that I did not know about the great Rudy J. Certain things that I don't necessarily know that I want to know.
But it's out for everybody to know now.
And look, when I hear Pledge play this drop,
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
And I hear what Joe Reinagel had to say. We can't talk about a man like that behind his back. We got to bring him in. Rudy J. waking up from his nap on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Rudy, I mean, I don't know. We were talking about Howard Stern, and he's got a small penis, and then I heard that drop. What the hell, dude?
I was talking about my truck lift, fool. We're at the damn because we're at Northwest Automotive Warehouse thing, and I was like, I always wanted like 6 inches, and of course, Pledge being Pledge takes it all out of context, and I do want a 6-inch lift on my truck, but Pledge being Pledge took it out of context, and now it's forever a drop.
Well, because
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Because I mean, all of a sudden, your wife is getting all these sympathy texts, and you're trying to figure out why. Why am I in trouble now? That's why.
No, I mean, it didn't come off right, but I mean, Joe still has like 8. That's my first one. Joe has like 8.
No, dude, I remember this particular comment that you made. We were in the middle of an interview, and I looked over at you, and I laughed, and I was like, hey, Pledge. There you go. Yeah. I mean, my goodness. I mean, you could say, I need 6-inch lift on my truck. I've always wanted 6 inches lift on my truck. You got to be careful with Pledge.
Well, so what we were really trying, Pledge, can you play the entire clip?
Sometimes you can just pull the bone out.
No, not that one. That was a different one. Because if you got less than 6 inches, you don't even need to worry about that. I
always wanted just about 6 inches. 6 more inches.
All right, so 6 inches or 6 more inches?
6 more
I'm
inches.
Just trying to figure out if you're small or greedy.
Both. I mean, both, man. I mean, are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
Man, you know what? Pledge text me like, oh, Jason wants to have some high school football questions. I'm like, why would Jason have any high school football questions? His show. I knew something was up, man. I knew something was up.
Well,
but
less than 6, are you sure?
Oh, man, look. I'm good looking.
Well, that's a good thing, Rudy. You know, that's like one of those things. You're good looking, and then she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, damn."
Thank God. Thank God.
I got personality. I got a great smile.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank God, man.
I hope you fall in love before we get there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's the motion in the ocean.
That's it. It's small, but it's a fighter.
You know what? Y'all are so childish on this damn show. And, isn't Indy Kalu coming up in a few minutes? Y'all didn't?
Oh yeah, but we're gonna talk to Indy about this too. So
love you, Rudy.
Well, all right, man. Y'all be easy.
Go back to your nap.
Later.
See ya.
Be dreaming about 6 inches.
I just don't want a conversation like that to get back to Rudy about what we were talking about.
Well, it
And
does.
without, I mean, because
you can't get back to him. I mean, he said it.
Well,
it's not like we made that up.
Oh, we didn't make that up.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
I mean, that's what the man
that's
said.
what he said. That's his voice.
And how confident of a man do you have to be to actually say that out loud on the radio?
During a live interview where there's 2 women standing in front of him.
So they weren't impressed?
No, apparently not.
Did Ashley laugh?
After a while, yeah. I mean, at
She
first
contained
it was
herself
like,
for a moment.
Yeah, she tried to play it off, and then, well, I mean, when a man's sitting there admitting he would like 6 more inches,
not 6 more, 6.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Yeah.
Baba Booey.
We've got Cowboys Raiders tickets that we're giving away. To win them, all you got to do is tell us why you think you deserve them. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Gilbert, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man? You've been on hold the longest.
Hey, sir. How you doing, Joe? Jason?
Good, man.
Good.
That 6-inch lift kit, dude, did Rudy ever make his wish list? And I was wondering how much it was going to be, actually, if he was going to, how much it was going to cost him to get that 6-inch lift kit.
They have surgery for that?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're implants, I think.
Call Dr. Genevieve. So, Gilbert, Cowboy tickets or no?
Yeah, I would like to win and give them to my son. They give them back to A&M. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm a Texans fan. Jerry should have drafted a quarterback a couple years ago.
I agree with that, Gilbert.
Gilbert, I would say we're going to put you on hold and get some info from you, but you got no chance at winning these things, man.
You blew it.
But we appreciate
Thank
you
you,
listening.
Gilbert.
Exactly. Hey, Rose, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
Wow, Baba Booey, I've been listening to you guys. I believe it or not, I drive just to relax from getting away from work. Actually, I'm fixing to turn 60 here in a few weeks, and my husband is fixing to turn 70. It'll be his first Dallas game. I'm the sports girl, so it would be great just to take him to a game so I can teach him how to learn how to go to and enjoy the sport. It's me and my son. He's a cop at Salt Lake City, so he and I are the ones that enjoy the sport. So I'd like to teach him how to enjoy the sport.
Awesome. Rose, put you on hold, pledge to get some info from you, and we'll announce a winner coming up towards the end of the show near 6 o'clock. The great Indy Kalu will join us next here on The Blitz. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic is back Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
O'Reilly. Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-375-2830. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-375-2830 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-375-2830 to see if you qualify. That's 800-375-2830.
Score $1,000 cash for back to school and another $1K for your favorite school or charity. Register to win now at sasportstar.com. Good luck from the Institute for Functional Health and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on at 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We've been off the rails. Time to get back on. The great Indy Kalu joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Talk a little Houston Texans now that he's working for the Texans and doing all the broadcasting there with the Texans. Of course, member of the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. You got to help clean this mess up, man.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I'm the person to bring on when you're trying to get back on the rail. So good luck. Good luck with that.
You know.
So what happened? What did I miss?
Well, all right. What the hell? In a nutshell, Rudy J, who does our morning show, R&R in the Morning with Rob Thompson, he was filling in for me Friday afternoon with Joe Reinagel, and he had this odd, ill-worded comment that we've had a little fun with today.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, you know the things you say on the radio that you regret immediately.
I hope he was talking about a Subway sandwich. I hope he was talking. I hope that was like a commercial or a live read for a Subway sandwich.
Nope.
It was the middle of an interview, Indy, and there were ladies around.
It was talking about a truck lift, and but his wife was getting sympathy texts from her friends.
Yeah, he didn't word that one correctly. It made you wonder what was on his mind. Now you can really mess somebody's what's the word I'm looking for? Reputation up with editing. Right after he said 6 inch, did he say lift?
No.
Oh, geez.
In fact, after that, he said it's 6 more inches.
So we were trying to figure out if he was just tiny or greedy.
Yeah.
Can I hear it one more time? I'm gonna try to help Ruby out.
I always wanted just about 6 inches. 6 more inches.
It's all about the inches.
No. Then he said just about 6 inches. Yeah, that I'm trying to help him because I have a lift on my truck. But when you ask me, it's a 10-inch lift, and I always make sure I say lift right after that. For him to say I want about 6 inches, it does sound like a woman who doesn't,
Yeah.
whose expectations aren't that high. So, yeah, Rudy. Sorry. God.
Well, it's the old saying, Indy. It may be small, but it's a fighter.
If my wife tells me that, we're getting divorced.
Wow. I would imagine we're doing this on the radio. As clean as you can make it. What's the best ball busting story you remember from a locker room that you can say on radio?
You know what? It had more to do with. It happened a couple of times. A rookie who just got into town. He met a young lady, and about a month or so into it, he really thought that she was the one. So first mistake was only a month. So he brought her out to one of the parties that a lot of the team, attended. And I'm trying to keep it clean, so that's why I'm stuttering over myself. So long story short, in the locker room the next day, they were all talking about who passed her around in front of him, and he was just so dejected. So, but the way they talked about, her and she took a whole lot more than 6 inches. I'll tell you that right now. So that kind of hurt him. That was a brutal one to me.
Wow. Okay.
The great Indy Kalu.
We're talking inches of lift. It'll be a monster truck from what she took. So.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That poor rookie. He didn't stand a chance, right?
No, he didn't.
It wasn't a kicker, was it?
You know what? It was actually a deep snapper. So.
So what are your thoughts on deep snappers?
You know, I'm okay with D snappers because at least they have to run down and hit somebody. But you know, I still kind of keep them at arm's length. But kickers, punters, like I said last week, they're on a football team, but they're not football players. I will stand by that.
There you go. Indy, when you look at preseason games 1 and 2, and granted, game unless you're the Washington Commanders last night celebrating like they won a trophy, right? But did you see enough progression from some of the key players that D'Amico is going to be relying on when the season starts?
I saw some promise from the number one position, the most important position in sports, and that's the quarterback. When C.J. Stroud had Laramie Tunsil, arguably the best tackle in the game, when he had Shaq Mason, a legit offensive guard, a starter, blocking for him, unlike what he had in the first preseason game, you saw flashes. You saw more consistency of what type of leader, what type of quarterback he can be. That was a positive. Unfortunately, this second game for the Houston Texans, it felt like they took a step back on defense where they looked so strong against the New England Patriots, against the Miami Dolphins. They were giving up 14, 15-play drives. Matter of fact, Miami had like a 90-plus yard drive to score a touchdown. So that was a concern for the Houston Texans fans.
Indy, when you look at it, and I know that you know we do radio and we talk about things like this, but are we making too big of a deal out of it, or is D'Amico Ryans just trying to fool everybody when we already know the answer to who's going to be the starting quarterback? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious C.J. Stroud's going to start. Don't you think that? And why doesn't D'Amico just say it?
You know what? I don't know if we make too big of a deal. And to answer your question, I think C.J. Stroud is a starter. But with young rookie quarterbacks, and we've seen first-round picks who didn't start right away, I don't think he wanted to make that decision prematurely, and then C.J. Stroud just goes out and proves he's completely not ready. And not just like by having a bad preseason game. Let's say he's not grasping the playbook or he's not understanding the playbook. When they ask him questions in meetings, hey, what do you do when the linebacker carries the wide receiver, 20 yards? Who do you look at? If he's not answering those simple, basic questions, then maybe you're like, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and roll out with Davis Mills until he gets more comfortable. But it's apparent that C.J. Stroud is a student of the game. It's apparent that he will pick it up mentally. So I think he will be the starter. But to answer your question, Joe, maybe it's just because he didn't want to just say from day one, hey, he's our starter. And then when the lights come on, it's like, oh, man, this guy's not ready.
And Indy Kalua here on the Blitz on the defensive side. That Will Anderson guy is going to be pretty good, isn't he?
Oh, he's a stud. I mean, that guy, he loves him some football, and he's a violent player, and he's going to make a lot of big plays for the Texans.
You know, indeed, Pledge and I were talking about this yesterday, and Pledge is a big Houston Texans fan. But we're talking about, what would you consider a successful season for the Houston Texans? I said that, look, I want them to be competitive. Win or lose a game, just be competitive, be in the game, and fight till the very end. What are your thoughts on a successful season for the Texans?
That's a great question. I was talking about that with a buddy of mine, former teammate of mine, yesterday. Like, hey, what's realistic and it's going to look good for D'Amico? And if you just have to put a win total on it, I would say 8 would be outstanding. And again, I'm not Rudy. I'm not keeping my expectations too low with his 6 inches. I'm being realistic with it because they only won 2-3 games last year. So if they could improve upon that and have the 5-game turnaround, that would be big. But I would say anywhere record wise, 6-11, 7-10,
yep,
or 8-9 would be great. And to me, that's realistic. But it depends how they're losing. Because even if you win 6 games, even if you win 7 games, that's still a lot of losses. But if you're losing to the Baltimore Ravens, in the opening game, and the score is 24-17, and you give them all they can handle, I think people will appreciate that and they'll get behind it.
Wait. Are you telling me that moral victories for the Texans count this year?
Yes.
I'm glad you called me out on that. Yeah, I'm saying that. Take away my man card. I'm being more realistic in my old age. You know, as I get older, I'm being more realistic. Now, again, you go into every game expecting to win, wanting to win, but when you look back at the entire season, you know, I'm saying if they win 6, 7, 8 games, but their losses are competitive losses, and they actually there were times last year, Jason and Joe, that they didn't even look like an NFL team, and that was hard for me to say. Like there were times where it looked like, you know, is that an XFL team, USFL? No disrespect to those leagues, but yeah, so if they go out and win, you know, 8 games, and you're looking back at the season, you know, doing a season in review, then you could accept it. But you're right to call me out on that, Minix. Like after the loss, I'm not saying, oh man, we lost by only a touchdown, we look good.
Hey boys, we covered. We didn't embarrass ourselves. Good job. Let's go get ice cream.
I'm talking about evaluating the whole season in its entirety.
Yeah, you got to be competitive. Are they fighting till the very end? And, you know, maybe they're just outmanned in a particular game, but they gave them a hell of a fight.
Come up 6 inches short?
And they come up 6 inches short. Hey, that happened to the Tennessee Titans, all right?
That was quite a Super Bowl.
Yes, it was.
It still haunts you.
6 inches short. Damn, I hate it when that happens.
That's Rudy's favorite game.
Rudy, by the way, is texting, dude, stop. Have Pledge save the clip so we can use it in the morning. Indy, you're going to be all over the radio station tomorrow.
Tell Rudy it's nothing but love.
Are you surprised that they've canceled their joint practices with the Saints?
I was very surprised, but then, and I don't know why they did it. Trust me, I tried finding out. I texted D'Amico, but he acted like he didn't get my text. So he hasn't responded.
You're media now.
He's already big time in me. But yeah, I was very surprised. And I guess part of the surprise, there's so much planning, as you guys know, go into this. And not so much for the players. They just do what they're told and, hey, get on the bus. Okay, which bus do we get on, or get on the plane? But, you know, there's a lot of planning for the last second to be like, we're not going to go. So I was surprised. But what I like about it, they look so bad on defense against the Miami Dolphins. When you have joint practices and you share the field during the week with another team, you have to compromise. You know, you have to say, okay, we want to work on this. What do y'all want to work on? Okay, well, we'll serve scout team for y'all if that's what y'all want to work on. At least with this, they can say, hey, we need to work on run defense. We need to work on 4-minute defense. We need to work on 2-minute drill because they look poor against a 2-minute drill. So you don't have to compromise and you can focus on exactly what your issues are.
Well, I tell you what, it disappoints me. And Robert, is it Saleh? How do you say it? Robert Saleh for the Jets said you can't coach scared. And I'm really upset with a lot of these NFL teams, Indy, that aren't playing their starters, at least some, in these preseason games. Of course, the big one here is the Dallas Cowboys.
You know what? If we were at a bar right now, I would buy you a drink because I'm 100% with you on that. Like you just can't coach scared, and you can't get better at football. The best way to get better at football is by playing football. So if it's one of those deals where you're like, you know what, we had 2 hard practices, so I don't want my starters to, you know, go out there and play a game because in the regular season you taper off a day, 2 days before the actual game. I would rather in that scenario or that thought process, then you don't practice as hard so you can play those guys more in the preseason game because you get so much out of preseason games. But coaches are afraid, organizations, they're scared that if a player gets hurt during a preseason game, that people are going to judge them. And I'm with you and you know, Coach Saleh, you can't coach scared. This is a violent sport. Like it would be ridiculous for us in the media, for, you know, y'all to say, you know, I can't believe Coach McCarthy, is that his name for the Cowboys?
Yes.
You know, McCarthy was wrong
McCarthy.
for playing.
McCarthy.
Come
on, man. You went to Rice.
No, that was a jab at my Dallas Cowboys fan.
We know. We know.
McCarthy. But it would be ridiculous to, like, blame him if a player gets hurt during preseason.
The great, I use that term loosely now, Indy Kalu. Every Tuesday on the Blitz. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
All year long. Indy, man, always appreciate it. Good catching up, my friend.
All right, y'all take it easy, and yeah, I'm not even gonna do it.
Do it. Come on, man. You can. Don't leave it
I
short.
was gonna tell Rudy to enjoy his 6 inches that he puts in his mouth from the Subway sandwich tonight. But yeah,
Glad you said Subway sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or anything.
You should see how often he leaves it short on the golf course too, man. It's just part of Rudy's nature, apparently.
Wow, come on, Rudy.
His short game, not on par.
Not on par.
Indy, man, always fun, man. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Appreciate it. The great Indy Kalua on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. You think about what we were talking about there with Indy Kalua and with Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets. There is hard knocks tonight, but Aaron Rodgers is going to play in the final preseason game because, as the coach said, you can't coach scared.
You can't coach scared. You can't play scared. You can slip out of your car and have something happen to you. But we'll be, knock on wood, everyone will be fine. You see some of the great ones out there. Kansas City's playing their guys, Buffalo's playing their guys. It's not uncommon. You could always play the hindsight game or the fearful game, but what's in the best interest for our team is to go out there, play some football together, and prepare ourselves the best way we can for September 11th.
You can take the other side of that and say that Aaron Rodgers needs to get some time in live game action, new system. It's probably not that much of a new system with Nathaniel Hackett there, but new teammates, getting a rhythm and that kind of stuff, things that you can't necessarily do in practice. But for the Dallas Cowboys, I don't understand it, and I won't understand it. And again, I don't want any of these guys to get hurt. And maybe Mike McCarthy is more afraid of that offensive line than he is of anything else.
Well, and the fact that he's not having his offensive linemen play either.
Well, he's not having anybody play.
I mean, they're all backups. And again, what I appreciate what Saleh said is you got to do what's in the best interest of your team. And for Mike McCarthy, he thinks his practices are getting them as prepared as he would in a preseason game. But even like with Aaron Rodgers, is he going to get one series? Is he going to get 10 plays? I mean, you think about the Texans' first game against the Patriots. D'Amico said, well, we only wanted to give them 10 or 12 plays. What are you getting out of those 10 or 12? Robert Saleh said there really is no pitch count on Aaron Rodgers.
We'll see how it goes. I don't want to just throw him out there for a series and get him out. Would like to see those guys to go through transition, get to the sideline, have some adjustments, get to the back to the field, make some more play with those adjustments. And so you'd like to see that transition happen a few times.
Well, absolutely. And look, a couple of series, maybe you play depending on the flow of the game. I think they need a quarter in one preseason. And that's all that they were doing before when they had four preseason games. You play a quarter in that third, and that's it. But you just shake the rust off and you go out there. And look, I like Mike McCarthy. I really do. But I think this is a horrible decision. He did the same thing last year.
Yep.
And if you'll recall, they didn't play well in game one.
No, they didn't. And again, I would like to see them play too. Final preseason game is Saturday night against the Raiders at Jerry World. In fact, we've got a pair of tickets to give away. And throughout the show, we're taking your calls on why you deserved these tickets. And we're going to pick a winner at the end of the show. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Patience is appreciated in this situation. Like Tony's been on hold 48 minutes and 29 seconds. Tony, why do you deserve these tickets?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My brother and I, we're lifelong Cowboy fans since birth, and I'm about to turn 59. And he had some major surgery recently, and that'd be kind of. I called him and held on because I said it'd be nice to take him to something like this, and so just as he's going through his recovery.
All right, well, we're going to put you on hold, get some information from you. Again, we're going to pick a winner at the end of the show. Hey, Kevin, you're on the Blitz. Why do you deserve these tickets?
Jason, Joe, how y'all doing, fellas? I'm the guy who did that Margot Robbie comment earlier.
Oh.
Thought it was solid. But
yeah, solid.
anyways, no. So my main thing is, besides whenever my kids and I was married, my kids were born, I was married. The last time I cried was when Leon Lett touched that damn ball in the snow after the block kick. So I've been going through it for a long time, and I feel like, I want to be able to kind of get over that hump this year, because I never say this is our year. I feel like this is our year, So that's the hopes and the dreams that I'm hoping for.
You think about that Thanksgiving Day game in the snow
I'll never
against the
forget
Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
My goodness. That was Kevin. Let's see. Ryan's been on hold a long time as well. Ryan, you put in half an hour wait time, man. Why do you deserve these tickets?
Love the show. Been a long time Cowboys fan since birth. The last time we won a Super Bowl was the year I was born. I have a jersey with all 5 Super Bowls. Have Tony Romo's jersey, DeMarcus Ware, met Drew Pearson, awesome guy. I would like to win him because we're huge Dallas Cowboys fans. I would protect them to the day I die. I bleed blue and silver, and I protect them like it's my life.
All right, we got you
All
down.
right.
We're going to get some info from you. Ryan, hang on the line. Again, we'll take your calls throughout the show. Probably pick a winner, say 5:45 before the Blitz officially ends at 6, heading into extra innings with pleasure.
Hey, Parkhurst New Vision. I've been talking about them because, well, it's been a little over a month now since I had lens replacement surgery. And I tell you what, I could not be happier. The results have been phenomenal. In fact, I go back tomorrow morning to set my lens. That's what's incredible about this, is they can adjust your lens to make it clearer, even though it was pretty good when I had the surgery, but it's even better now. They're going to set it tomorrow, and I'm going to be golden. Don't need readers, don't need glasses, don't need any of that stuff, thanks to my good friends at Parkhurst New Vision. Look, if you're like me and you're tired of dragging those readers around, you don't want the glasses anymore, just give Parkhurst New Vision a call at 210-585-2020. You can check them out online as well at sanantoniolasik.com. Look, make an appointment, go in there, let them check you out. You can check them out as well. Ask all the questions you need to ask. They'll answer them to your satisfaction. I guarantee it. That's what they did for me. Look, they offer a variety of services like the lens replacement surgery I had. They also do LASIK and they do cataract surgery. And of course, all of which are going to change the way you see the world. You owe it to yourself to at least check it out. Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Hey, you need to head to the Lodge. The Brew Day is back every Wednesday in August. We're celebrating one of our most beloved things, beer. Get to Twin Peaks and score 22-ounce Twin Peaks brews on draft for just $3.99 all day Wednesdays. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Missions Baseball is back tonight at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. For your free quote, call 1-800-885-5959. That's 1-800-885-5959. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-885-5959. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Prescott all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys legend Michael Irvin has a new job today. He has reached a deal with Fox Sports. He's going to be FS1's Undisputed beyond that program as a rotating panelist. Good for him. Tampa Bay Bucks have named Baker Mayfield as their day one starter. He beat out Kyle Trask. The NBA has fined Sixers guard James Harden $100,000 for demanding a trade in public. He wasn't fined for calling Sixers director of player personnel Daryl Morey a liar.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
It's raining.
It's raining. Now, look, we started the show at 2:00 like we do every day.
Uh-huh.
It was raining here at the radio station.
Yes, it was.
And I checked the security cameras at my house, and it wasn't raining there. And I was bummed. And I've been periodically checking the cameras at the house, and I just checked, and it has rained at my house.
The driveway's wet.
The driveway is wet.
So I don't know how much it's rained, and I've got to go with you because, well, I don't have the thing on my phone. Maggie has it, so I can't check my house. But I'm assuming that if it's raining at your house, we don't live that far away, so it's raining at my house.
So you don't have access to your camera?
Well, I could have access, but it's like I don't really give a damn. Something happens, we've got it.
Well, you want to check to see if it's raining?
Not really. I got you.
All right. But you're the one people confuse as Bill Taylor.
They do.
So I feel like I've got the weatherman with me half the time.
Well,
you go to lunch. Hey, Bill Taylor.
No, it's
Is
crazy.
it going to rain today?
It's crazy. You know, it was just this weekend. Man, it sure is hot. Has it ever been this hot before? I'm like, yeah, probably. Man, what do you say? We could really screw each other over.
Well, do people think Bill Taylor is Joe Reinagle?
Sometimes, yeah. And it is refreshing sometimes when you're out and people actually, hey, Joe, how are you?
Yeah.
How you enjoying retirement?
Yeah.
Then I have to explain that I'm not retired.
No,
although
I appreciate the ones that see you out and don't ask you. Hey, saw you on TV last night.
Watch you every night, Joe.
Yeah.
But it's good. So it gives me an opportunity to say, hey, you got to tune into the show called The Blitz, 94.1 FM.
Love the people that say they listen to us.
I know it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We went to a place for lunch today.
Man.
We didn't get recognized at all.
No, we didn't. Not at all. But the food sure was good.
It was a very different dining experience. One of the guys that works on our Spanish station. So here in our building, we have 7 radio stations.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are Spanish, Norteño and Tejano 95.7.
Uh-huh.
So Elio, who's from a little town in Mexico, what did he say, Guadalajara?
I don't remember what he said. He just said it was a little town. He grew up riding horses and milking cows.
And yeah, just bizarre, right? So apparently there's a place on North in Braunfels called Rojo Pork and Bread.
Yes.
And we went over there for lunch and had some food. And he's like, the way they do it here is different than anything you've ever had. And that is true.
He's right.
I've never eaten food that was served up and prepared the way they do it over there at Rojo Pork and Bread.
I tell you what, it was delicious. And we had so much food. And I ate about half of it, I think. It was just good. You ever get that where it just tastes good?
Uh-huh.
Even if you're full, you keep eating.
Well, I don't. When I'm full, I stop
Well,
eating.
I don't, and that's my problem. Pledge is he having a medical
Pledge
procedure
is
in
having
there?
a look on his face. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, why is he looking at me?
Pledge.
So, brought you breakfast tacos that one day.
That one day.
Get me back with lunch, and you went to lunch today and didn't even eat half of it.
No.
Brought nothing back.
I ate half of it. You missed the comment.
Which means you didn't eat the other half.
Yes.
Well, and he ate the other half, and everybody else. There was nothing left, Pledge.
That's not true. We threw away a lot of food.
Well, you did. I didn't.
Yeah, really.
And see, Pledge is a sad story. How many times have I brought this dude
exactly?
lunch?
But that one time he brought tacos.
My goodness.
That one time.
Oh,
the nachos that we had today.
Dude, that were incredible, and they were different.
Mm-hmm.
They were much
all
different.
of it. That place was good. That will make the rotation.
It will make the rotation, no doubt about it.
Yep, that was a fantastic lunch. Although I'd love to tell you what we ate, I have no idea. It was some sort of torta, and we were getting explained how they do the bread, and it's a little bit different in the sauce. Then there was some sort of hot sauce that
delicious.
I was told was not very hot. I was lied to. I was lied to.
I don't know. You weren't lied to. It's not very hot for normal people that.
Well, Eli was like, oh, I'm from there. I don't like spicy food. And he was like, you thought that was hot? I'm sweating. My eyes are watering. There's not enough water on the table. What the hell did you just?
That was one of the best tasting hot sauces that I've had, and I was squirting it all over everything. So it was delicious. It was good.
Oh, good Lord.
So that's what Kevin Monk on our YouTube channel. You see that?
I did not.
He says he eats when he's full, right? Yeah, I think that's what he says, and I'll eat until I explode. That's my problem.
Well, and look, nothing wrong with that. And part is one of the things that I must say, like Elios one talk soccer. Talking more soccer and he's trying to educate us on soccer like we give a damn. I was just more interested in the different porks that we were eating and how they were cooking it. But I had for those of you that don't know, I had weight loss surgery in 2010, right?
Oh wow.
So
I knew that. I didn't realize it'd been that long ago.
I know it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but with that, lost well over 100 pounds, blah, blah, blah. But the problem when you have weight loss surgery is your capacity is limited.
Right.
Right. And when you're full, because if you try to keep eating when you're full, you're going to see it again. Right.
You'll have a reversal.
Well, that's it. So I often will explain, which is the way I believe Dr. DePerier, who did my surgery over at BMI Texas years ago, he said, imagine your stomach is now a cup. And if you take the cup, put it in the sink, turn the water on, when it's full, if you keep adding to it, what's happening? It's going to overflow. So you just kind of learn when you're full, you're done eating.
You're done.
You just stop, which now, but what I run into a lot is I'll eat full. Then about 2 hours later, I want to eat again.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times it will take me a while to finish a meal. Like at dinner, I'll eat. And like tonight, we're doing some nice steaks on the Traeger. I'll eat till I'm full, and then I'll finish it later.
Oh, well, well, that's good.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy dinner twice.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
But I don't want to see it again. Got to plug the name of the nacho place.
What was it called?
Rojo Pork and Bread.
Rojo. It's on New Braunfels.
Yeah. RO-HO Pork and Bread.
Yeah, it was
right
it
over
was
there,
delicious.
Broadway, just right outside the loop, 410. Just right in that area.
But it's
fantastic.
Not like it's not like nachos you get, know, at other Mexican food places.
I've never seen nachos quite. And the chips, I'm assuming everything there is homemade. The chips were fantastic.
They were good.
But everything in there is pork, right? You got some pork butt and some, and the way they're prepared. Because I was trying to figure out, was this one of those? But apparently it's not. But there's like that restaurant downtown near the Pearl. They do all their grilling, but it's in the ground.
Yeah.
So and I was like, are they doing it that way? I'm like, no, it's this way. All right. But I was trying to figure out how they cook that to see if I could mimic it at the house.
Well, and as we're sitting there, as we got there, at 11:30.
Yeah.
Not too many people in there, but as we continued to get closer to noon, man, it got it got packed. So it's a good place. If you're around there, you should check it out.
Rojo Pork and Bread is the name of that place. The tortas and those nachos were phenomenal. The tacos that we tried, they were good, but there was so much, like I was eating the taco with a fork because at least the one I had, there was so much in there you couldn't fold it over and hold it like a taco.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah, well, did you see the size of the differences?
I mean, no problem with it.
I know you didn't, but I was looking at that. There's no way. I tried to fold it over and pick it up, and it wasn't happening.
It actually had 2 corn tortillas.
Yeah.
So
Pledge lunch was fantastic, man. I don't know where the hell you were.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
No problem folding that over.
Hey, Monica, you're on the Blitz. Bail us out. Monica?
Yeah.
Are you okay, Monica?
You can bail us out. Monica's been on hold for a while trying to win these Cowboys Raiders tickets.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Well, why do you need these Cowboy tickets, Monica? Tell us why.
Okay, my husband has been a diehard fan since before I met him. Now he's got my son loving the team. They've never been to a game, but his birthday's next month, and that would be the ultimate birthday present for him.
When is his birthday? What day?
September 12th.
September 12th. Okay.
How old will he be?
15.
15, and you guys haven't taken him to a game yet? What's wrong with you?
Now,
Have you seen the prices?
are you not a sports fan, Monica?
I am, but I know they would want to go, and I know it's probably
So Monica, what you're really saying is you want a kid husband free weekend, and this is a great way to get the house to yourself.
It would be nice. I did get to the ticket.
It would be nice.
Enjoy some quiet.
Monica, hang on the line. Pledge will get some info from you. We're doing this throughout the show. We've got Cowboys Raiders tickets for Saturday night. You want to go? Tell us why you deserve them, and we'll pick a winner coming up probably an hour and a half or so, just before 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We will pick a winner. The Cowboys in the news today for, I don't know, Vegas says they're one of the favorites to land Jonathan Taylor in a trade. Do the Cowboys need to go after Jonathan Taylor? Should they make that trade? We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about Woods Comfort Systems. I know a lot about Woods Comfort Systems because I know a lot about the family. The Woods family's been in business for 60 years. I know that because I grew up with the Woods family in my hometown of Alice, Texas. They've been in the air conditioning business as long as I can remember. And you're not in business that long if you're not doing it right and you're not taking care of people. Woods Comfort Systems will take care of you. In fact, if you need a new AC system for your home, well, there's no better time than right now. Woods Comfort Systems, you can take advantage of up to $2,500 in rebates, a free 12-year parts and labor warranty, plus you're going to get a free Solaris indoor air quality package. All of that stuff, special offers you need to take advantage of. Give them a call, 877-324-6902. Again, that number is 877-324-6902. You can also get them online at woodscomfortsystems.com. I tell you what, the Woods family is going to take care of you. They've been taking care of folks for a long, long time, and they're not going to stop now. Give them a call, 877-324-6902. Woods Comfort Systems, where comfort is their middle name.
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic is back Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shankla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
If you are shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends over at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And you know Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets
justice.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you have the first overall pick, make sure you select Twin Peaks for your fantasy football draft party. Stay cool under the pressure with 29-degree draft beers, bites from the whole team, plus $50 bonus card for the commish. An additional $5 bonus card for every drafter. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com for more info.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds offer big, bold flavors like sea salt and cracked black pepper, spicy dill, and Korean barbecue. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein, bacony crunch. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Learn more at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. If you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve A-plus service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743458.
Wednesday on R&R in the Morning, the sounds of Frisco. We hear what Mike McCarthy had to tell the media. Also, we look ahead to who's going to play Saturday versus the Raiders that could actually make the roster. And The Athletic has ranked the NCAA football teams 1 through 133. Who got snubbed and who got too much love? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, which Metallica song had you never heard before? Tell the truth. There's a couple that you didn't know.
I know them all.
You know them all. Every single one of them.
And now, I'd never seen Metallica do some of their new songs off the new record 72 Seasons live before.
How long has that album been out?
Just released. This is the tour supporting 72 Seasons.
Okay. 72 Seasons.
That's the name of the record.
Is that 72? So is that
all right, here we go.
I'm just saying 72.
You got to get into
72 divided by 4 is what?
18.
Well, they've been around a lot longer than
They
that.
have.
So what's the reasoning for 72
Good
seasons?
Lord, it's the 4 seasons a year over the first 18 years of your life, and you're developing. It's 72 seasons.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, sounds simple.
James Hetfield, man, who had a messed up
Did he
childhood.
explain that and during the concert?
No, he didn't explain it during the concert, but he's explained it in leading up to the release of the album and the whys.
It must be written on the album somewhere.
Well, nobody actually buys an album anymore to read what's on the inside cover.
Yeah, and that's too bad, honestly. Because, back in the day, when you get an album, it was always the coolest picture. On some.
On some.
On some.
On some. Or a poster inside or something on the sleeve. But yeah, they really don't do that anymore. Although the marketing machine that is Metallica, you can buy live recordings for a small fee.
Of course.
From every one of their 2-day concerts. But I will say, seeing them Friday and Sunday, the no repeat weekend is what they called it. What you heard on Friday night, they didn't do any of those songs on Sunday and vice versa.
Did you check them out?
Well, I've got both set lists.
Well,
I mean, they post them, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, it's because they post a set list.
Well, no,
They might sneak one in there that,
No.
thinking you're drunk or stoned or something.
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
they don't do that. But they put more people in that building than Taylor Swift. And that's pretty remarkable.
In 2 days.
Each night
was more than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, well, it's because the stage setup. Taylor Swift her stage setup and video walls take out about 20% of the stadium, so you can't sell seats.
So there's a bunch of old people in there.
At Metallica,
Uh-huh.
100,000 of them. I mean, James Hetfield, man, he's 60.
Is that old?
Is that old?
It's not old.
Dude, 60 is ancient, man.
60 is the new 30.
Well, then, I mean, although I will say this, and I've said that was the 25th time I've seen Metallica live. It was the first time on Sunday night that I saw James Hetfield sit down in the middle of the show to play the guitar.
Okay.
Now, granted, the song he was doing, he didn't sit very long, but like I look up and he's sitting on a chair. I'm like, what the? Now, he didn't sit very long, but it was a slow part, and you know the way you're playing the guitar there, and then
Well, you're not mad at him for that, are you?
No, but you just realize.
Well, and Father Time's undefeated.
It is.
I'm telling you.
I mean, they designed that set list around small breaks.
Of course. Now I don't know, and I'm stereotyping Metallica and everybody else.
Uh-huh.
They get drunk? Are they taking drugs in the back? Are they?
Well, there was a time. And James has been to rehab many times.
Well, I would imagine they're still
right now. No,
I'm still.
Here's the thing. Here's what I see from Metallica now: is they are professional musicians.
Right.
They show up. They put on one hell of a show. If there's partying, they probably do it after. Now, do they do a shot of whatever beforehand? Calm nerves. Do whatever it takes.
Right,
maybe, but you don't see Metallica probably since the mid '90s. Getting hammered on stage or even drinking on stage. Like I look at some musicians, even a guy like, say, Pat Green. Pat Green used to be, man, he's either great or drunk Pat Green. It depended on what you were going to get. Jason Boland is that. But there's, but as they get older, they realize, this is our job and we're making lots of money doing it.
Jerry Jeff Walker used to do that at Green Hall.
Oh,
man.
Absolutely.
By the end of the night, you couldn't understand the dude, what he was saying.
Exactly. I mean, like Cody Canada, I know Cody's, with his band guys, because I don't even think Cody drinks anymore. It's just other stuff. But, for our shows, this is what we have to do. After the show, I don't give a damn.
Right.
But before the show. And Metallica, man, it's such a machine that they've got to be on point the entire time.
Okay, fair enough. I just, they're rock and rollers.
Absolutely.
Right? They had to trash the hotel
80s,
rooms
90s, and
shoot up backstage and all that kind of good stuff. They got groupies flying around, I saw the movie with Mark Wahlberg. I know how it is.
Have you seen the Motley Crue movie Dirt?
I haven't.
Well, you got some things to put on your list.
Is that right?
Now, the first couple minutes of Dirt, you're going to be wondering if this is a music movie or porn. But it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Dude, Jack Black in School of Rock said it right. I'm telling you, you could be the saddest sack of all sad sacks. If you're a rock and roll star, you got women hanging all over you.
So, well, look at our buddy Aaron from Kingdom Collapse. I mean, if you can play guitar, you can pull chicks.
That's it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's it.
And you wonder why we don't all take guitar lessons.
I know. That's everybody's dream, right? To be a rock star.
Yes.
I mean, growing, you want to be a rock star.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
Pledge is trying to explain to us why. Not that needs to be explained.
Explain what?
Why guitarists attract all the ladies.
Oh, well, their fingers. I mean, gee, that's obvious. They can move those fingers in all kinds of directions.
Uh-huh. Does Rudy play guitar?
I don't think so.
Well, there's got to be compensation somewhere. I mean, after what he said on the radio, maybe.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
You got to be able to do something else then.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's the way it goes. Jerry Jones must be talking with the media.
Well, they're doing a big event in Dallas.
Yeah.
And they're opening up the new Miller Lighthouse at the practice facility.
Which
they
is
have
nice.
a Miller Lighthouse at the stadium. Now they're putting one at the stadium. In fact, I also got some cans of the DeMarcus Ware, although I was flying, so I didn't bring them home. But the Hall of Fame Miller Lite cans, they have them. They are out. But there's some talk there about, Stephen Jones has talked, Jerry Jones has talked, and they have practice tonight. One of the open practices now that training camp has left Oxnard, shifted to Frisco. So it's a night practice for the fans up there in the Metroplex.
Well, Jerry Jones was asked about the running back room, according to Calvin Watkins. And when he was asked about trading, he said he's comfortable with the running back room. But then he was asked about trading for Colts running back Jonathan Taylor. And Jones added, we'll look at every opportunity.
They'll look at every opportunity. They said the same thing about Zeke. If they're available, and they should look at every opportunity. The question is, if you're the Cowboys, do you actually make a trade for Jonathan Taylor? Would you make that move? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. What do you guys think? We'll also tell you what Marcus Spears thinks. He thinks the Cowboys should be all in on Jonathan Taylor. We dive into that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me tell you about my friends over at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, your industry-vetted experts in aftermarket accessories for the hard worker, the play harder, or the everyday lifer. Undercover Ultraflex truck bed covers keeps operations easy, weather out, style in with an ultra-low profile matte black finish. And Ultraflex is the ultimate addition to your tailgating traditions, stocking over 300 covers and double the warranty, storage security, and durability. Is a quick trip to that big red building at 3027 Calabria Road. That is where NAW has been since 1978. Family-owned and going strong. NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Again, on Calabria Road, or check out their website, nawtruck.com. That's nawtruck.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Today on R&R in the morning, we give you the sounds of Frisco. Mike McCarthy spoke with the media. We'll hear what he had to say. We look ahead to see who's going to play Saturday versus the Raiders that could actually make the roster. And the Athletic has ranked the NCAA football teams 1 through 133. Who got snubbed? Who got too much love? The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, take up to 40% off select bathroom vanities. Plus, get free local truck delivery. And there's more. Get a Kohler White Elongated Water Sense toilet. Now just $199. Was $249. That's a savings of $50. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Vanities offer about 8/10 through 8/23. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Kohler offer about 7/7 through 10/26.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware, if you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
At the Home Depot, we know pros want to be ready for whatever the job site has in store. That's why the Home Depot app is made for pros who don't miss a beat. So you can power your jobs with rentals to get the tools, trucks, and equipment you need fast. And Pro Extra benefits to keep your business growing. For doing that doesn't stop. Download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formula, stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday afternoon.
A rainy Tuesday afternoon.
Thank goodness.
How about that?
I mean, I don't know that we've had enough rain to, end a drought, but it is great to know that I'm going to have to go to the wash tub here in the next couple of days because my car is going to be dirty because of rain, not dust.
Yeah, I tell you, it is because supposedly this is just a short-lived event, and it's going to get hot again.
Well, of course it is.
So that's okay, though.
Cools things off. Friday night high school football.
Woo, look at that.
Our first game Friday night, Steele against Brennan.
Oh,
1
that's a good way.
against 2 in the city.
Good way to get started.
Steele's ranked number 13 in the state. Brennan number 16 in the state.
Wow. Now, I hear from a high school football source of mine that Steele is the real thing.
They're loaded.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at Steele. They're the last San Antonio team to win state.
Right.
They were the last one to go to state. Brennan, though, 35-5 or whatever over the last 3 years. But, you know, with the DuBose brothers graduating and some of the other talent, we'll see what Coach Bazer has as far as reloading. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you'll get a firsthand look at both of those teams. But I want a full report on the Steele Knights, Minix.
Like now? What do you?
Well, after the game, after you witness what they are all about on Friday night.
They're going to be good. Oh, you're going to be at the stadium. You could stick around and
I
actually
could,
watch
couldn't I?
after the show. I mean,
I
literally,
could.
you're going to be at the stadium and the one guy fighting out of the stadium while everybody's trying to get in. Right?
Exactly.
You're that fish swimming upstream.
But I'll be tuned in.
Until you get home
Until I
and
get
near a
home.
beer.
Who knows? I might even listen because I am interested in both of those teams. Obviously, they're both and to start out the season with two teams like that's incredible.
1 versus 2, man.
Yeah,
It doesn't get
right
any
off the
better.
bat.
And Brennan has never beaten Steele. And you think about last year.
Wow.
Remember, they opened up in the Alamo Dome last year as part of that KSAT Pigskin Classic. And Brennan had them beat. Brennan had Steele beat. Steele scored with about 18 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching with a bunch of Steele dads. Greg Williams from 1911 Cigars, and his kid used to be the quarterback over there, LG, and he has, he's had a couple, and it was all those Steel Dads win, well, they weren't happy the way that game was going. And then, of course, the celebration after, it looked like the Commanders last night when they beat the Ravens in a preseason game.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Well, it was dumb, but they're the Commanders. What the hell?
Dude, I mean, part of me says celebrate.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you ended a meaningless streak. Celebrate.
Exactly. But apparently that meant something to Baltimore.
Well, it's and it meant something to Washington. And look, you got to learn how to win.
Yep.
Right? And Washington hasn't done a lot of that. The way they won, that was exciting preseason football. It was.
Yeah,
for
Sam Howell, what I saw of it, he looked pretty good. And that's a big major thing for the Washington Commanders if they're going to be. Their defense is pretty solid. If Sam Howell can play decent, who knows?
Absolutely.
Although Terry McLaurin got hurt, but I don't think it's too serious.
Nah, speaking of preseason, we do have Cowboys-Raiders preseason tickets for Saturday night in Arlington to give away. If you want to win them, you just have to tell us why you deserve those tickets. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We've been taking calls all show, and probably about an hour, we are going to decide.
Yep.
I mean, we've got some ideas of who's on the medal stand and who isn't, but you've got time to tell us why you deserve the tickets and get in the running to win Cowboys-Raiders tickets for Saturday night up in Dallas. Now, we know we won't see starters in that game for the Dallas Cowboys. But could you see, I don't know, a Jonathan Taylor standing on the sidelines now that he has been made available to find himself a trade partner? On the surface, Joe, there is no way in hell that the Cowboys are going to make a trade for Jonathan Taylor. They have shown us that they don't value the running back position. I don't see Jerry giving up assets or then signing Jonathan Taylor to the contract that he's looking for, looking to reset the market with something that, a Saquon couldn't do, but Jonathan Taylor thinks he will.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see because I look in the crystal ball and look into the future of the Dallas Cowboys. You are of the opinion that Tony Pollard is a one and done. He's out after his franchise tag is done. Well, if you don't have anybody there, are you just going to grab somebody? So if you're going to go with a Jonathan Taylor, then the only way it makes sense is to trade for him and give him a longer term deal.
No, again, I look at what the Cowboys have done. They don't seem to pay the running back position. And I did say,
well,
and still
they
believe,
screwed up once.
Well, I mean, again, you look at DeMarco, you look at Zeke, do you trade? Do you look at it like it was Amari Cooper when they said, hey, we're going to go receiver by committee. All right, this ain't working. Let's make a trade. Jonathan Taylor's probably going to be better than whatever they get in the first round next year if they have to give up a first round pick or a combinations of picks. You at least know you're getting one of the better running backs in the National Football League who is still young, but he's looking to get paid. I don't see it happening. Our buddy Marcus Spears, old Swagoo, he was on First Take today and said not only should the Cowboys do this, they must do this. Go all in.
The Dallas Cowboys should be on the phone to get him because it's such a close call in the NFC.
Yeah.
Whatever type of leverage you can gain over your team, over your opponents, you need to be trying to figure out every aspect to be able to do that. We saw Philly do it. Philly took a jump because of A.J. Brown. All right, let's just be honest. That was the move that they made that changed them from everybody else in the NFC East when it comes to obviously outside of Jalen Hurts and the offensive line.
Yep.
Here's the thing for me with Jonathan Taylor in Dallas. Tony Pollard, one, coming off of an injury. When you were at your best, you had a bell cow in Zeke Elliott. Right. You had a complimentary back. And now you got a quarterback that you want to turn down turnovers, and you want to be able to run the ball when you can, when it's available to you. It ain't about
when you have to.
Exactly. So when you start talking about a guy that can carry the ball, carry a heavy load like he was doing in Indy, this is the perfect piece with Tony Pollard to complement him and for you to potentially have just enough to get over the Philly and the San Francisco hump. That is what Dallas should be looking at.
So according to Swagoo, Jonathan Taylor's the final piece of the missing puzzle, and that's going to get the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. Is that what I heard? Did I translate that correctly?
You will hear what you want to hear. But, yeah, I mean, and look, I don't see it happening. But you take what Swagoo said, and he makes some very valid points. The idea of complimenting with Tony Pollard for this 1 year. And if something happens to Tony Pollard, you have a legit RB1 that can carry the load. We don't know right now if a Rico Dowdle, a Malik Davis, or a Deuce Vaughn could be the starting running back of the Dallas Cowboys and carry the load if something were to happen to Tony Pollard. Their RB1 is set. There is still a battle. We're 2 preseason games and training camp is almost over. And there is no clear-cut favorite of who's going to win the running back backup position job. Who is RB2? There's no clear-cut favorite right now.
Well, if you trade for Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard is RB2. I mean, he is. You're not going to trade for Jonathan Taylor and then put him behind Tony Pollard, are you? No, you're not. And that's, to me, is
it's a business. So don't say it's going to hurt his feelings. And does he know? And you don't love it's a damn business.
It's going to hurt his feelings, damn it.
Who cares?
No, but that's exactly what would happen. And I know Cowboy fan, at least from those I've heard of, think that that's okay. Why not
hurt his feelings?
Why
it is okay.
It is okay. Everybody's saying trade the guy. Why don't they trade him to Indy? Maybe it'll be an even swap. It won't make any sense unless they sign Jonathan Taylor to a long-term deal. And then Tony Pollard, look, he's going to get his $10 million, win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He's got that. That's guaranteed. I just think this guy deserves a shot. Jonathan Taylor got a shot. Tony Pollard has never gotten an opportunity for his shot.
Mm-hmm.
This is his opportunity. And you either believe in it or you don't. If he's not going to be here next year, then, well, the hell with him. What difference does it make? But then you've got a Tony Pollard that you told was going to be your bell cow. You go out and get a Jonathan Taylor, and all of a sudden Tony Pollard's back to number 2.
It's fine.
It may be fine with you, but it may not be fine with Tony Pollard.
Well, again, I mean, NFL players all know they're replaceable. At some point, they're replaceable. They battle for their starting job every day. And yeah, Tony Pollard has never been the bell cow running back. He wasn't in college. He hasn't been to this point in the NFL. He's got his opportunity this year.
Maybe, but unless you bring in Jonathan Taylor.
And again, is Jonathan Taylor better than Tony Pollard? Again,
I don't look on the face of it, because Jonathan Taylor has had that opportunity. I don't know what Tony Pollard's going to be when he finally gets his opportunity to be the number 1 guy. He's never had that opportunity, because talk about hurting feelings. Jerry Jones was so afraid to hurt Zeke Elliott's feelings that he kept him out there 2 years longer than he should have.
And again, Zeke wasn't the same guy. We all were saying, where's Pollard? Where's Pollard? He's getting his opportunity. I look right now. I mean, you know, we're all going to be in fantasy draft soon. If Jonathan Taylor was on a better team, right? Because that Colts team is awful, and that's going to hurt his fantasy stock, right? But if he's on a better team with a real offense, my guess is more people will take a Jonathan Taylor before they take a Tony Pollard when you're just talking straight up fantasy. And one of the great things, though, is like if you're playing fantasy at underdogfantasy.com or on their Underdog Fantasy app, you can change things every week. I mean, they've got their season-long pick'em game where you pick between 2 and 5 players and select whether they're going to go higher or lower on season total stats. Then watch the games and win cold, hard cash. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It is legal in Texas and a ton of fun to play. Love the pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, because every week, this is season long. You could do, once we get into the season, the weekly. It's a lot of fun. So you can build your dream team today. Head over to their easy-to-use mobile app or go to the website, underdogfantasy.com. Sign up using promo code STAR, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's underdogfantasy.com or the Underdog Fantasy app. Use promo code STAR. Must be 18 and over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Go download the app or go to underdogfantasy.com.
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic is back Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Sean Claw, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-5959. That's 1-800-885-5959. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-885-5959.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
I want to tell you about a new men's skincare product line that I have found, and I'm loving it. It's called Toro Cosmeceuticals. Yeah, I started using this thing, I don't know, a couple of weeks back, and I love it. And one example I give, I played golf on Sunday, was a moron, didn't use sunscreen, got sunburned, but when I came back home, took a shower, put on my Toro Cosmeceuticals, my face felt fantastic. It was incredible. It's luxury skincare. It's just for men. And yes, it is affordable. Everything you need, from face wash to moisturizer, toner, eye cream. They even have shave and beard oil, which is pretty incredible. I don't have a beard, but I do shave, and I use that oil. It's incredible. Not only does it feel great going on, it can actually repair your skin. You're going to look healthier. And yes, you might even look younger. Toro is simply a game changer. It's an experience, and it's all for men. It's working for me, and I know you're going to like it as well. And to get you started, Toro is offering you a 20% discount. All you have to do is go to toroskincare.com, enter the code word Joe. That's toroskincare.com, enter the code word Joe. Fellas, it is time to treat yourself. You deserve it.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is Rudy J from R&R in the Morning. Set your alarm and wake up with us morning 6 to 10. Plenty of sports and good fun right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. If you did any grilling over the weekend, make sure you upload those photos to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com. Thursday, we judge meats. Judge those meat pictures.
We do. I wish I could upload mine.
Well, you shot a video. Although I'm sure you took some pictures as well.
I did, but I can't win.
You can't,
because let's face it. I mean,
eligible.
If I could win, I'd probably win every week.
No.
How often can you win?
Once
in a lifetime?
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Your prime rib looked good, man.
It did, right?
That was good looking work, man.
It was delicious.
Proud of you.
Well, thanks.
You gave me so much crap about having a Traeger, and now look at you.
I did, and I even said that on the show yesterday, how bad I felt about doing that, because I called it an easy bake oven, but I've been able to cook more stuff on that than I ever dreamed of, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Bottom line, end result is all that matters. That's what you're looking for.
My brother got one.
Your brother?
He did.
He went and got a Traeger too.
Went and got a Traeger. How about that? Now, he hasn't.
Let's go live. Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, starting his afternoon press conference.
I know you said in the offseason you and Brian were kind of putting together packages and kind of imagining how you could use him. What have you seen from him since you've worked with him day in, day out here in camp? And after having a better handle of what he can do, have you changed some of those packages or your initial thoughts on how it could be used?
I mean, exactly how we want to use our players, including Deuce. I mean, that's really what this week will give us. But I tell you, I mean, he's done a really nice job, really just operating in the flow of the installs. It isn't like we had a separate game plan for him against Jacksonville or Seattle. So and we'll take the same approach once we get to the end of the week, as far as how we're going to play the Raiders. But no, I think he's done an outstanding job, and it's just like anything, and it's a part of the beauty of these preseason games. You give these young guys an opportunity, you see what they do, and he's obviously played very big with his opportunities.
Clarence Hill, 4-Star Telegram. We talked a lot about Jalen Tolkien's second-year jump. Have you seen a player make this type of jump? I mean, it's the night and day from last year to this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's almost every year. I mean, his is significant. I agree with you. But part of his significance was, his limited opportunity. So, some of it wasn't, really in his control. If you go back to the training camp last year, he was held off of special teams because we were anticipating him to do some other things, and he had the hamstring injury. So not only did the hamstring get him, put him behind, but then the lack of special teams opportunities. And then when you get down to the 53 to the 48 transition that you go through every week, special teams factors. So, so part of that was, the opportunities wasn't there, but he's playing with a lot more confidence. He's stronger. I mean, he was definitely one of the guys that was in the weight room, day one, and stayed here the whole time. So I really liked the way he played against Seattle. I thought he took a step, and he's I hope to give more opportunities this week.
You're listening to Mike McCarthy's live press conference ahead of their evening practice tonight here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Confidence, versatility. I felt that he jumped out last year on special teams, so he's continued there. But the command that he has, and I think when you look at our safety groups, I mean, we have such an elite veteran group of safeties, and not only are they, they set the standard there, but they're great role models for the younger safeties. And I think all those guys, starting with Bell, have really grown there. The confidence and the specifics of playing multiple positions. Versatility and special teams. I think he's taken a huge jump.
Sorry, CFO. Mike, throughout your career, how have you managed expectations of players chosen in the first round, kind of the pressure that comes with it, and the patience that's required for them to acclimate to the NFL?
Well, I think like everything in this league, I mean, you got to have a program. Your program has resources. You have internal resources, external resources, and then you really got to understand each and every player. I mean, and how they're wired and what they need. And just like anything in life, there's a difference between need and wants. So I think we do a really good job of giving everybody what they what they want as far as the basics of how we operate. But yeah, I've always just believed being very practical. I understand, in this league, we all know the stress that goes with a first round pick and, versus a third round pick and so forth. But, to me, the draft selection's always just been the starting line. And that's all it really is. Because, once they get going, the draft picks do get to stand in front of the line. They do maybe get the first opportunity, and you're going to give them more opportunities because of the financial investment you already have in them. I mean, that's common sense business, common sense practice in this league. But at the end of the day, we're playing the game of football, and the development of each individual is critical. But how they fit in with the group too. So don't really spend a whole lot of time on it, past the initial introduction phase, because everybody's just trying to be better every day, and that's really the clarity of the expectation.
Joe Trahan, WFAA. Mike, without giving away who's going to play this week, because we know that doesn't happen until Thursday.
Yeah.
But I am curious about your philosophy with playing veterans and how you came about, treating it the way that you do. Was it a particular, preseason? Where did it come from?
Well, I've lost players. I lost my starting left tackle in a family night scrimmage. So I know what that looks like back in 2012. So yeah. So it's really risk assessment. I mean, there's pros and cons of playing them. There's pros and cons of not playing them. There's pros and cons of practicing against another team. There's pros and cons of not. So I mean, just understanding how it all fits together. But I think the other part of it is, where are you as a team? What are you trying to get done? Do you have a veteran group you believe in? This is year 3 for a lot of our group. So we're further along clearly on defense than we've been. So I have great confidence in that part of it. Offensively, my only focal point from as I move forward is to get the starting offensive line together. Tomorrow's team practice will be the first time we'll have the 5 starters in a team period. So just staying in tune with that. But yeah, I mean, I think we're all product of our experiences, and I've seen it work both ways. But I think the risk assessment is, and maybe when you get older, you do get a little more conservative. I don't know that, but and I just think common sense needs to prevail. But I think you got 32 teams, and not everybody does it exactly the same way. So that's really the answer to it. But I just always, where's my team at? Now, if we were just all brand new young, if I was back in 2006, 2007, we would play in all 3 games. We'd play 25 in the first game, play the first half in the second game, and played into the third quarter in the third game. So I've done that format, So, but this format works for us.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Mike, Stephen Jones said earlier that Jalen Tolbert had, with his emergence, locked down the number 4 wide receiver in the depth chart. Do you agree with his assessment in terms of how his leap is?
I'm not really there, depth charts. I couldn't even tell you what it looks like right now. That's a PR thing, frankly. But Jalen's doing a heck of a job. Really proud of the strides that he's made, because you don't line up with 11 starters in this league. I mean, we're going to play as many personnel groups as we possibly can. And, at the end of the day, when we line up against the Giants, the 48 players that'll be active will dictate who plays and where they're at in the depth chart. But I clearly understand where Stephen is coming from. But, I'm still, I got bigger numbers in my head right now.
Mike McCarthy talking live. You're listening to it here on KTFM Floresville 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You talked a lot about how he's emerged. How has that emergence kind of affected your view of the receiver group as a whole?
Well, we were counting on it. I mean, we were never down on JT, so this is not like, this is no surprise. I mean, I think it was, and I think you go back a little bit to your question earlier about the draft picks. Yes, I mean, when they come in the door, the expectation. So you do try to give them opportunities. Things happen. Things happen, and maybe it doesn't go as quickly as you'd like. So, I mean, I'm more satisfied for him because I know how much pressure he puts on himself and how important it is to him. And I go back to last year as a rookie. I mean, I had an opportunity to meet with JT in private meetings on a Sunday night, 2 back-to-back weeks, and so I've seen his playbook. I've seen the detail that he puts into this too. But but it's all part of the development. Everybody has a little different starting line, They all come in here with the same starting line. I think last year he was trying so hard to do it right by the letter of the law and by the way it was drawn and so forth. Now he's playing football. He's not just running the lines. He has full understanding, his instincts, awareness, and all that. And it's it's a credit to him, but it's a credit to all the extra time these guys play together. I can't tell you how proud I am of our players that have 5 weeks that we're away from each other, how much time they spent together. That's huge. You can't be successful in the league without it. I mean, that's the nature of how you train a football team today. So, and he is front of the line. He hasn't missed a workout.
Free and Rank, Sports Illustrated Foundation. Jerry just shared his super excitement for Mozzie Smith, specifically to play against the 49ers. What have you seen out of Mozzie, and where do you think he's improved the most since arriving?
Getting better. Get better with each opportunity. He's obviously has a lot of confidence. Has a lot of ability. But he's playing on a veteran defense. I mean, I think they've done a great job taking him under their wing. But yeah, he's doing very well. He's off to a good start.
Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. A couple questions, both regarding Luke Schoonmaker. One, how do you gauge his progress so far from his return from injury? And also with the absence of John Stevens, does that organically create more work for him, or are you going to stick to a pre-existing plan for school?
Luke, boy, just real excited about what he's done. Just because obviously he didn't have any work in the spring and missed the beginning of training camp. But boy, he's done a really nice job, with his play time in both Jacksonville and Seattle. So excited about him to continue. Very instinctive, very aware. Football comes natural to him. You can tell he's played a lot of ball. He's played multiple positions, been in a pro system. He has a really good feel for the game. So he just, he just like everybody, we can't get enough work in the pass pro and the run blocking part of it, just, because you just don't have as many reps as we all would need. But those are the little things that he needs. But I think he's done an excellent job for, the limited number of opportunities he had. And Jonathan, both are rookies. I mean, it was so disappointing to get the news, of the MRIs. And you talk about two young men that have come in here and just really were having a heck of a training camp and both impactful. So, we just got to support them and give them everything they need and, make this year worthwhile and they'll come out of this stronger. But, Jonathan was, he was having a really, really good camp. A lot of big moments that he had in Oxnard.
Last one, David. Has Brandon Cook offered to take you up in a plane yet? And what's your overall policy on private players? Yes.
Well, I think first thing, he told me as a Saracen has a parachute, so that gave me some confidence. To me, this is, and maybe it's just the places I've worked. I go back to the 90s. I mean, Marty Schottenheimer had a plane, Joe Montana, had a plane. Jimmy Graham, had Jimly up there in Green Bay for a year, had a, so this is not the first time I've been exposed to it now. Obviously, I don't know about taking the whole crew up with you, but, but I mean, Brandon's someone you definitely would trust, and you can see that they obviously trust him just in a short time he's been here. So, but I saw the video. I'm not going to tell exactly what I said, but he'll do fine.
Have you talked to him about it at all?
Oh yeah, I visit with him. Yeah. In a good way. Yeah, I mean, these guys know what they're doing. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Mike McCarthy live here on your home for the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You heard from the Cowboys head coach. They're getting ready for an evening practice there at the Star in Frisco. Training camp in Oxnard is done. Now they're back in Frisco. Let hometown fans come out, watch them put on a show tonight. That last part there, that last question about Brandon Cooks, who's a pilot. There was video of him flying in Seattle. So I don't know, they rent a plane. I guess you could do that.
Sure.
And he had Micah Parsons and Stephon Gilmore in the plane, and they're flying over the stadium. It was a great video. Now, Jerry Jones, not a fan of that. Like you heard Mike McCarthy's response. That's fine. Jerry Jones said, quote, "Boy, I'm glad I didn't know that was going on. Part-time pilots are not the way to go."
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, look, and Mike McCarthy even mentioned that. It's like, I can't tell you what I said when I first saw that video. I mean, that's weird. You had some pretty good players up in that thing. So,
Yeah, but you got a parachute.
Yeah, okay. Either way, yeah, that would be kind of scary, and I'm sure that's not going to happen again. I don't think it's going to happen again.
Well, it will, because he's a pilot. He's got a pilot's license. He has a plane. And I was impressed that Mike McCarthy talked about all the players that he has had that have planes. And that isn't unusual. There are lots of people. There's people listening right now that have planes, that go flying all the time.
But not during the season.
Well,
not in training camp.
Well, I'm surprised that this is allowed for an NFL player, to be honest.
Exactly.
I mean, if they're not allowed to ride motorcycles because they're putting themselves at risk, although
Ben Roethlisberger.
But there's I think about that time, although it was baseball. Remember, Jeff Kent hurt himself and then lied about it because of his motorcycle. Now, granted, you're pretty safe in those planes, right?
So okay, sure.
We got friends that are pilots.
Well, yeah.
I mean, look at Greg Simmons.
I get it. Okay, I understand, but I mean, it's training camp. The season's about to start. Why, just and as safe as they may be, why do it?
What do you don't put yourself at risk?
No.
Was that what you're saying? Don't put.
Not in a plane on the football field. Yes.
I mean, very different sort. I'm mad. The Astros, a game and a half behind the Texas Rangers, who are just sucking right now. Boy, I watched the Rangers get their ass kicked on Sunday by Milwaukee.
5 in a row.
Yordan Alvarez out of the lineup tonight because he injured himself at home, jamming his hand in a door.
Well, that happens.
His left index finger was jammed in a door at his house, and he's out of the lineup.
Well, that's kind of dumb.
I mean,
how does that happen?
It is kind of dumb. It's baseball injuries. Like, we've all caught our finger in a door. I don't know. I mean, so you're worried about a guy taking his teammates up on a plane. Yordan's not, apparently safe enough around his own house.
Look, all I heard there, and you can talk about the plane all you want to. I don't think they should do that. Mike McCarthy is a chicken.
A chicken?
A chicken.
What do you mean?
He's afraid of his players getting hurt on the football field.
Oh, come on.
He said
it's risk assessment.
Well, I think first thing, he told me as a Saracen has a parachute, so that gave me some confidence. To me, this is, and maybe it's just the places I've worked. I go back to the 90s. I mean, Marty Schottenheimer had a plane, Joe Montana, had a plane. Jimmy Graham, had Jimmy up there in Green Bay for a year, had a, so this is not the first time I've been exposed to it now. Obviously, I don't know about taking the whole crew up with you, but, but I mean, Brandon's someone you definitely would trust, and you can see that they obviously trust him, and just in a short time he's been here. So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
It's one of those things.
It's one of those things.
As far as playing in preseason games, which is what I thought we were going to hear there.
Yes.
Risk assessment.
There's no you can't even defend it.
I can't, because I think they should play.
You can't defend it. It's undefensible, because I don't understand what he is so afraid of. Obviously, there's a risk of somebody getting hurt. You saw DeMarvion Overshown got hurt, right? I get that. But I mean, Indy Kalu on with us earlier in the show. You get better at playing football by playing football.
Now, a veteran group that understands what they're doing, Mike McCarthy believes in their practice schedule, and he believes in his guys that they're going to be ready against the Giants in the opener.
We're further along clearly on defense than we've been. So, I mean, I have great confidence in that part of it. Offensively, my only focal point from as I move forward is to get the starting offensive line together. Tomorrow's team practice will be the first time we'll have the 5 starters in a team period. So just staying in tune with that. But yeah, I mean, I think we're all product of our experiences, and I've seen it work both ways. But I think the risk assessment is, and maybe when you get older, you do get a little more conservative. I don't know that.
That's what you do. I've been around the block a little bit more.
Let's get those out of
getting older. I'm getting soft.
Didn't know I could do that so well.
You really can't. That's really bad. Do we have a chicken sound effect, Pledge? Pledge just shook me off.
No,
Like,
no,
dude,
no, we don't
I'm
do
not
that.
even going to spend time trying to get that. Cowboys, Raiders, Saturday night, a game you can listen to here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Kickoff set for 7. Pre-game show begins at 6. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, Mother's Window Tent, Woods Comfort Systems, Ewald Kubota, and the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez. And we've got tickets to give away for that game. Pair of tickets. We've been taking calls all show long. You got to tell us why you deserve to win these tickets to go see the Cowboys and Raiders on Saturday night in Dallas. Got a bunch of people in his name already in the running. You want to get your name in that hat? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Your calls as we continue here on the Blitz. Now, you've heard me talk about BraintreeNutrition.com and their great sleep aid. It's called Restore. It's been a game changer for me for years and years and years, most of my life. I'm a poor sleeper or straight insomnia. I've tried a gazillion kinds of sleep aids. They either don't work or I wake up feeling groggy, feeling like crap. Not the case with BraintreeNutrition.com's Restore, their sleep aid. I sleep great, sleep through the night, but more importantly, I wake up feeling great. BraintreeNutrition.com is founded by 12-year NFL vet Andrew Sendejo and some of his buddies from Rice. And they've got product lines for your overall brain health. And again, the sleep has been a game changer for me. There's one for focus. Their new product is called Brain Water. It's not your average electrolyte stick pack. 0 sugar, 0 caffeine hydration formula that is designed to keep you hydrated while also boosting your brain function. Not only will Brain Water keep you hydrated, it can enhance your focus, elevate your mood. It even helped you recover from a hangover. I did 2 Metallica shows this weekend. Brain Water came in clutch. Brain Water stands out as a smart choice for sustained focus and energy due to its 0 sugar, 0 caffeine formulation. See, unlike sugary energy drinks or caffeinated beverages, Brain Water ensures you're not going to have that energy crash. Learn more online at BrainTreeNutrition.com. You can also order there. Learn more, order BrainTreeNutrition.com. That's BrainTreeNutrition.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are one of the boldest protein-packed and low-carb snacks out there. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, you'll want to stock up on Southern Recipe small batch at your local H-E-B. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Find your flavor at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1 month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Hold up, you're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Mom.
At Wendy's, when you buy either Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Wednesday on R&R in the Morning, the sounds of Frisco. We hear what Mike McCarthy had to tell the media. Also, we look ahead to who's going to play Saturday versus the Raiders that could actually make the roster. And The Athletic has ranked the NCAA football teams 1 through 133. Who got snubbed? Who got too much love? Now back to the Blitz. Jason, which Metallica song had you never heard before? Tell the truth. There's a couple that you didn't know.
I know them all, Rudy J. 2 shows for Metallica in Arlington, Friday and Sunday for their no-repeat weekend. Now, there were some that I'd never seen them do live before because they're off the new record.
Now, were there a lot of people like you there that went to both shows?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would assume.
I'm sure there was.
I would assume, based on the number of people in the airport Monday morning wearing Metallica shirts, that those people flew in and flew out going to both shows.
Probably so.
You know, there were some people that were around me that were at both shows.
Well, that's good. For you Metallica heads.
Sure.
It was a great weekend.
It was a fantastic weekend.
You caught a Rangers game?
Yeah, I saw Max Scherzer get all lit up.
Wow.
He was awful. So, yeah, we did the Rangers game on Sunday at 1:30 and then walked right over to Jerry World and went to the concert.
Nice.
It was one hell of a doubleheader kind of day.
Great weekend.
It's great when you're in a city that has an entertainment district.
Yeah,
like
that is nice, right?
Stadiums are close. They're right there. You got Texas Live.
Yeah.
You got a beer in between. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd have walked out of the Rangers game in any shape to go see Metallica afterwards.
Well, see, Joe, I'm a responsible
Oh,
adult.
that's right. I see. Sure you are.
Knowing the night that I had in store for me, I tried to be very good at the Rangers game.
Especially because I know where you were.
I was in a suite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the booze was
free.
Very, very readily available.
Yes. Yes.
Well, way to be responsible, Minix. You're the man.
I was able to walk.
That's all. That's all
And
that
I
matters.
enjoyed both events immensely. You guys want to go to Jerry World this weekend? We've got a pair of tickets.
Yeah, we do.
Cowboys and Raiders. And we've been doing this all show long. So you just got off work at 5. 1, it rained earlier today. And 2, we've already got a bunch of names already in the hopper to try to win these tickets. What we want to know is, why do you deserve to win these tickets to go see the Cowboys and Raiders coming up on Saturday night there in Arlington? Sean has been on hold the longest for 48 minutes. Sean, why do you deserve to win these tickets besides your patience?
Hey, first off, guys, love the show. You guys are hilarious. Love the Rudy J bit.
Well, no, for people that don't know the Rudy J bit, Rudy J said this on the radio.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
And we've taken and run with that.
We have.
We've gotten a lot of mileage out of that.
You had me cracking up.
We'll get more.
Absolutely,
Yes,
we will.
yes, we will.
A lot more than 6 inches.
All right, Sean, bring it. Why do you deserve to go to the Cowboys game?
Hey, so our anniversary's coming up on the weekend that there is no game. There's no 4th preseason game. She's a diehard Cowboys fan, and with the kids' school closed, it just set us back. So the wife is actually on hold to plead her case. So
is your wife
you guys
Abigail?
can- yeah.
All right.
So if you guys can help, get me out of the doghouse.
Well, why are you in the
Why are you in the
doghouse?
doghouse?
Oh, I'll tell you why. I was in the military, and they gave us tickets to go to the 2014 playoffs.
Yeah.
And there was a raffle to go to the championship game. Well, she gave up her tickets because she didn't think that we were going to win. I actually won, and seeing the confetti came down. And AC went out at the house. I've never lived it up. So we've got to make this happen.
Wow.
She's never been. She's a diehard Cowboys fan.
It's your anniversary weekend. All right, hang on a second. Hold on. How do I do this pledge where I bring them both on at the same time? Do that, and I push this button over here. Abigail, what kind of line of crap is he giving us?
Okay, first off, I want to give clarity to the story he said. So, not that I didn't think the Cowboys would win. I didn't think he would win the raffle, okay? And so when he won, I stayed behind to babysit the kids so that he could go enjoy himself.
Wow.
And it just so happened that our air conditioner went out. So while he's over there having a blast, I'm having to go out around Walmart with both our babies. They were little at the time, just to pass time. So I couldn't even watch the game because the AC was out. So
Now,
I'm
wait
a little upset.
Wait a
Not
minute.
that
Wait a
it's
minute.
his fault, but
Abigail, hold on a second. Sean, when did this happen?
2014.
And you're still in the doghouse 9 years later.
Well, he's not in the doghouse, but I just was really wanting an opportunity to go. And it's like the way that the schedules have always come out. And it's not getting the kids ready for school or something else. There's always something that happens, So he's not in the doghouse. He may feel like he's in the doghouse because he feels guilty that I couldn't go and he could. But
So Abigail, are you going to leave him with the kids and you go with the girlfriend?
I think that's a great idea. We should ask him. Sean, don't you think that's a good idea?
I'm just saying, turnabout's fair play.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, I think it's an awful idea, but it's Sean in the doghouse.
That also happened with his first championship. I gave up my ticket so him and his uncle can go together because it was his uncle's birthday.
For the
And
Spurs
I gave up
title in
my
2014?
ticket. Yep.
You don't hold a
And
grudge at
they
all,
have-
do you, Abigail?
No, I'm waiting for my opportunity to go is all.
That just shows you that women's memories are so much better than men's.
Uh-huh.
And they keep that. Now, Abigail, and Sean, sorry, buddy, but Abigail, do you have a friend you can take?
I'm pretty sure I can call someone that would want to go with
All right.
me.
Hang
Yeah.
on. Pledge, do me a favor. Put Abigail on hold. We just need to talk to Sean a minute. Sean.
Yeah.
I know you just spent all the money on the kids, back to school clothes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's your anniversary weekend. I assume it's not a drive up and drive back kind of thing. You're going to get a room, right?
We are.
All right.
Get a shuttle and everything.
Nice. Well, you better if you win these tickets, Sean, you better be good. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, it's a road win. It's
That's what I'm
always
saying.
better at the hotel,
But
and it's the anniversary.
But he better be really good.
Well,
I think I'm going to be good enough to where she won't remember 2014.
so you're going to try to get her drunk at Jerry World, man? You
Absolutely, he is.
seen the beer prices there, man? You better pregame big time at the hotel before you go. Good Lord, man. Good Lord. Hope you get a road win somewhere. Let's see. Claudia wants in on this action. Not Abigail and Sean's, just trying to win the Cowboy tickets. What's up, Claudia? You're on the Blitz.
I don't know. Are you
Or
sure?
are you friends with Abigail?
I don't know Abigail, but I need to go with Abigail because dads need to stay home sometimes so women can enjoy these games. Look, my husband is a Texan fan. Oh my God. So the last game we went to was when they played the Texans and the Cowboys just played like shit. So he got
whoa, Claudia,
Yeah,
hang
you
on,
can't
hang on.
say
No, you
that.
can't say that. No.
Automatically makes you not a winner.
You were great. I understand what you're saying though, because I remember that game. And they did. She was accurate. You just can't say that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
210-656-ESPN.
Where do we go from here?
656-3776.
Oh my goodness.
More calls as we continue and try to figure out who is going to win tickets to see the Cowboys and Raiders Saturday night up in Arlington.
And while we're waiting for that, I want to tell you, friends at Stevens Roofing. Yeah, talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now, and I'm proud to do so. And hey, we got some rain today. That was fantastic, and that's after a bunch of days with that sun banging down on your roof day after day after day. If you noticed a little bit of a leak, if you see that or you see it in the days to come, you want to call a company that is local, a company that's been in business a long time, and a company that's not going anywhere. That is Stevens Roofing. In fact, all of their people that work there, they live in our area, they deal with the same weather we do. And they've got a great saying. It's buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. In fact, the pros at Stevens Roofing can repair and install all kinds of roofs. They do metal roofs, composition, they do commercial projects, and they'll work with your insurance company. If you've got an insurance claim, just hand that off to Stevens Roofing. They'll take care of it for you. Takes that stress right off your plate. Give them a call, 210-785-0994. Whether you have a simple leak or you need an entire roof replaced, Stevens Roofing is your local roofer. They're here for you, rain or shine, here for you for years to come. Online, you can get them at stevensroofing.net. But don't forget that saying, buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic is back Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Sean Claw, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water, pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit on the go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin Ultra Soft on the party, this is more, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The grip is always soft. It's our party vibe. It's crushing things so much experience. So what? Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Score $1,000 cash for back to school and another $1K for your favorite school or charity. Register to win now at sasportstar.com. Good luck from the Institute for Functional Health and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We've got Cowboy tickets that were given away for Saturday night's game against the Raiders.
The Raiders.
A friend of mine texted me, says, I'm not willing to wait on hold, but the only reason I'd like to go to those tickets is because Jimmy G is a hottie.
Well, I mean, that's probably accurate. He's a handsome dude. But is he going to play?
What's that? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. See who... Michael, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, hello?
Yeah.
Am I on live?
You're on live. You're live.
Oh, this is my first time. Sorry. See, me and my dad both been diehard Cowboys fans our entire lives. Haven't been able to go to one single game. You know, it's too expensive for us. So, saw this raffle and I was like, let's give it a shot.
You did, man. You gave it a shot. Michael, your name is in the hat. Pledge will get some info from you. Tara, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
Hello?
Hey, Tara.
Hi. Oh my gosh. How are you doing?
Wow.
I'm sitting in my car in a parking lot of CVS in the rain. This is so cool.
The fact that you're sitting in the rain, right?
Yes. I never thought I'd get through. I'm so excited.
All right. So why
excited too,
Why do you
Tara.
deserve these tickets, Tara?
Well, I've never been to the new stadium. My husband just got a new job with the United States Postal Service, so he's actually, going to be busy. So we haven't really had a weekend to just us because of our, we have two boys. So I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to go. The tickets are so expensive. So this would be like kind of, I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. He's not. He's a 49er fan. But
might as well run into CVS, Tara, because I doubt you're going to get a call back. But, appreciate the honesty. Frank, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
What's up, guys? Pretty much I'm trying to win them for my mom and my uncle. Diehard fans. They're still living in the 90s. I can never turn them over, no matter how much I talk bad about them. I'm the Cowboy hater in the family, but yeah, they would love to go, and yeah, I know it is what it is.
Frank,
Everyone got one in the
I
family.
mean, like you've heard a lot of the other calls, man, and
yeah.
You really think that's going to win them over? It seems like
hey, I'm being honest.
You're
I don't
trying
deserve
to win,
them,
but you don't really
but my
want
mom
them
and
to
my
play
uncle
the
do.
game.
Well, he's talking about his parents. I get it. Right?
Yeah, my mom and uncle, her brother.
Frank doesn't want to go, but is he's got people in his family that are smarter than he is. That's the main thing.
That's the obvious thing. All right, appreciate it. Let's see. I think we can get one more in here. Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey guys. So I have a friend that is a diehard Raiders fan. He went to school with Bo Jackson.
Wow.
Auburn. Never been to a Raiders game. We can't afford tickets to the Cowboys or the Raiders in Vegas. We got champagne taste with beer money.
Don't we all?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. We've got you covered. Mario, hang on. We'll get some information from you and see. I just Mario's not going to win. He wants to go. I've never been to a Raiders game.
He's a Raider fan.
Yeah. Well, his buddy though. How cool to go to school with Bo Jackson.
I guess so.
I mean, if you know Bo knows you can probably get tickets.
Well, I don't know. How well do you know Bo?
Well, I mean
you might. I went to school with him. But
yeah, we were there about the same time. But
yeah, do you really know him?
You got a class with him?
I could see him from afar.
You always knew when he was around.
Right.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. See, how many more do you want to do, Pledge?
Yeah, it's almost time to pick a winner, isn't it?
It is almost time to pick a winner. We've got, let's see, he's saying let's go to Luke. Hey, Luke, you're on the Blitz, man. Tell us why you deserve to win these tickets.
Well, hey, guys, how y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Good. In a nutshell, me and my brothers, we were very young in the 70s. Growing up as Cowboy fans. Well, we were kind of forced to be one. My dad was a super, super Cowboy fan. I mean, more so than you would believe. In a nutshell, let's put it this way. When the Cowboys won, we were making homemade ice cream with Epsom salt and all that good stuff with that spinner you had to spin back in the day. We were making homemade chocolate chip cookies. But if they lost, man, we were in the backyard pulling weeds that wasn't even there, man. I mean, we had
Sounds
to do
like
all
your daddy
kinds of
raised you
stuff.
right.
You know what I mean? So when I went there as a kid to become a Cowboy fan, which I'm glad I am, I've never been to a game, and I think, I well deserve it after what I've gone through.
All right,
That's
Luke,
why
hang on the line, man. Let's not pull weeds today, man. That's not going to happen.
We got one more, Vinny.
You want to go to Vinny?
We got one more.
We got one more. Vinny, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, man. So I was probably maybe 7th grade, somewhere around there. But my whole family, my two brothers, my mom and dad, all decided to pack up and go to a Cowboys game without me, all because my grandmother wanted me to take me to go to some dance competition and then go watch the movie Free Willy at the movie theater. And I missed out on the Cowboys game and the one time that they had have ever gone together. So that's what happened with me.
So you've never been to a game, and the one opportunity you had to take Grandma to go see Free Willy?
Yeah, she took me to go see Free Willy. I was young. I didn't have a choice.
Is that Rudy J's new favorite movie?
It's a short film.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Yeah.
Free Willy.
Oh, poor Rudy.
Thanks, Vinny.
Appreciate it. Pledge will get some info from you. If you aren't sure the joke on Rudy J, this is what he said on the radio
on Friday.
More inches. Sometimes you can just pull. I always wanted just about 6 inches. 6 more inches.
It's all about the inches, man.
It is. That's a true fact. Rudy said that during a live broadcast. We were at the Hunters Extravaganza on Friday, and he said that during a live interview. He always wanted 6 inches.
If you know his wife, you can text her sympathy messages.
Free Willy.
Whew. All right, we're going to pick a winner.
We got to pick.
We're going to pick a winner.
We do. Yes.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday, on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, it's the Cowboys and Raiders at 6 p.m.
Prescott's going to throw it in the left side of the end zone, and it's Gallup behind the defender. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cowboys!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, as I look at my phone app right now, it says it is 79 degrees outside in San Antonio. 79. It's like we got a mini cool front, but you know it's not going to last. Your AC, if it ain't working right, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. At Quarter Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quarter Moon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899. 651-5899 or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Ruthie, our last summer barbecue is this weekend, and it has to be epic.
Well, Total Wine has this new reposado that'll rock your barbecue. And my favorite Cabernet will make your famous ribs even famous-er.
Yes, just what my last summer barbecue needed.
Wow, and at those low prices, they'll be great for my first fall barbecue.
Ooh, I'll trade you my famous ribs recipe for one of yours.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Jason Minix here for Tri-County Meat Market. Before you fire up that grill, make sure to get into Tri-County Meat Market. They now feature MTX beef raised, fed, and harvested from the family-owned and operated ranch in the Texas Hill Country. And Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game, from that beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more. And you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. They always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market on Ralph Fair Road and on Heavener. Online online at tricountymeat.com.
Hello, I am Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. Since 1994, I have helped people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle collisions right here in San Antonio. I don't have a clever nickname. I'm not the law lion, the law gun, the hammer, or some other tool. I'm a practicing attorney. When your life is upended literally by a negligent driver, it can be overwhelming. Dealing with insurance companies is, in my opinion, intentionally complicated and frustrating. Why? The fewer dollars the insurance companies pay, the more they get to keep for themselves. You need an experienced attorney to help you make the best decisions for yourself and your family. And that's what I do. That is who I am. Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. I'm a phone call away, 210-900-0400. The call and the consultation are free with no obligations. My number again is 210-900-0400, or just remember, alawyer4us.com.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.com. That's ncegc.co.
Energy companies raising your rates and then telling you to reduce your usage? Don't reduce, produce. At Roof Fix Solar Energy, take charge of your energy costs and keep your home as cool as you want. Sign today and we'll pay your utility bill until your solar's installed. Plus, capture a 30% tax credit and a $600 rebate. That's no money out of pocket and never pay a high utility bill again. Call 210-454-2400 or visit rooffixsa.com.
Roof Fix, home of the low price guarantee.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Every Tuesday about this time, we do our injury update. Brought to you by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. They are online at tsaog.com. Let's welcome on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. Eloy Ochoa. Doc, so much talk about playing in preseason games, whether it's safe, whether it's not. You know, Mike McCarthy's belief with the Cowboys is he doesn't want to risk his starters. But we saw two injuries. Two guys lost for the season in the preseason game the Cowboys had the other night against Seattle, including a guy who was having a hell of a camp in Demarion Overshone. ACL injury, done for the year. If you saw that play, you could just kind of see his foot get caught up in that turf and it just snaps. Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the more common mechanisms. It's, the classic non-contact injury where he just gets his foot stopped suddenly and his body keeps rotating or turning over the knee. And they can be pretty surprising injuries at times. There's incidences where people do that just celebrating after the play is over. They just do a little jump up in the air and that's enough to do it sometimes.
Doc, I got to ask you though, because when that happened to him, he got up like he didn't know anything had happened until he stood up. I mean, can that be a painful injury? I mean, should he have known or what do you think?
It's different, and I don't know that we know why. And it's more than just personalities, but there's been cases where we've seen guys on the sidelines, and sure enough, we examine them on the sidelines, and they tore their ACL, and they're pacing up and down the sideline, asking us if they can go back in and play. And then there's the other the other player who has the same injury, and they have to be carted off or carried off.
Doc,
some of it has to do with how badly, because you can actually stretch the ACL and not tear it. Sometimes you don't get real, significant bleeding or swelling into the joint immediately. And I think that plays a role into how they react to the injury initially, but it's just really hard to predict.
Dr. Eloy Ochoa, On with us now for our injury update as he drives down the road. Safety first. Blinker was on. I love that because
I'm trying to stop in the parking lot so you don't hear the rain.
I just love the fact that it's raining.
Yes.
That we're getting some of that rain. You know, you could take all the precautions in the world, yet sometimes you could be at the house and hurt yourself. Astros outfielder Yordan Alvarez out of the lineup for tonight's game against the Boston Red Sox because of something that happened at his house. He hurt his left index finger when he jammed it into a door at home.
Yeah.
All right. I got to ask, of all the stories that you have heard when you've dealt with a patient, what is the most bizarre story? Somebody comes with an injury and you say, well, how did that happen? You went, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, yes, you can imagine they do get pretty bizarre sometimes, but I can't really think of something offhand that's that crazy. Sometimes it's I mean, that, to be honest with you, is plausible. It's pretty easy to jam your finger doing anything. And what ends up happening is you partially dislocate it. The one that we kind of raise the most eyebrows with is a different type of injury. It's when you actually break the knuckle, the bone right beneath the knuckle. We call them boxer's fractures. And those typically only happen when you impact something pretty hard with your fist. And those are the ones that come with stories all the time that have, everything to do except what really happened, which was them probably punching a wall.
Well, sometimes those walls give, which is nice. And if it's just that, again, I don't know from experience, Doc.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
All right, I've got to ask you a question because last night the Commanders could be a pretty big blow. Terry McLaurin, their wide receiver, their star, he's thought to have turf toe. Now, I know you've explained this to me before, but I've got a short memory. So what exactly is turf toe?
So turf toe is specifically, the bigger toe usually, and the big joint, the ball of your foot basically is the injury. It's the bottom part of that joint. And you have a real thick capsule that surrounds the joint and keeps those two bones together. And on the bottom of that big toe, that capsule is thickened and it's kind of reinforced. And that area is what gets injured with turf toe. And it's from, when you're in a sprinter's position or in your, especially wide receivers, and they're taking off, their toe kind of flexes backwards as they push off on the ground. And what happens is that little capsule starts to kind of tear off of the bone. And when it does that, it has a very poor blood supply and it has difficulty healing on its own. So not only does it not heal, it causes quite a bit of pain anytime you try to put yourself in that position, which for them is, the majority of their time on the field. So it really affects their performance, and typically it needs to be surgically repaired. And of course that means most of the season is gone.
Wow.
It's awful. And with fantasy drafts coming up, hopefully you haven't had a fantasy draft yet, but they're right around the corner. And I know for some, a lot of people worried about Treylon Burks, an LCL injury. It's sprained. He's got 3 weeks to get healthy. LCL, you hear ACL, you hear MCL. LCL apparently not all that serious because they expect him to be back, and from a fantasy perspective, shouldn't slide too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all different. The one that is more common is the MCL, and that's the one that has a pretty high propensity to heal pretty quickly on its own and avoid surgery. The ACL is different, obviously, and then the LCL is usually, what this indicates is probably that it was a minor sprain and not a complete tear, because when the LCL is injured, we're a little bit more aggressive about reconstructing that ligament if necessary.
Good stuff as always. Dr. Eloy Ochoa with our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com, as he joins us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. He can get out of that parking lot now, out of the rain pretty soon. All right, we've got Cowboys Raiders tickets that we've been getting people in the running with their stories why they deserve them.
Great stories. It's tough. It's a tough choice.
It really is. Well, some of you make it easy.
Well, some of you do.
But I think we got to go Abigail.
So not Sean, just Abigail?
I think Abigail wins the ticket.
So she can decide who wants to go with.
Well, apparently it's their anniversary weekend.
Uh-huh.
So you'd like to have the assist on the road win there, but she sounded like she wanted to leave that dude at home with the kids as a little payback and find a girlfriend to go. Now, we thought we found that girl in Claudia, but Claudia cursed on the air and we had to hang up on her. But I'm sure Abigail's got other friends.
I would think so. So, Abigail, you get the choice. You can either take Sean or take somebody else.
Sean's either going to love us or hate us after
Exactly
this.
right.
Sean's either going to love us or hate us after Abigail makes the decision.
Exactly right. I have a feeling, just a feeling, Abigail's going to choose Sean.
She better.
I know it. We could be in deep trouble.
Well, she'll never win again.
Well,
she'll never win again.
She might
if she doesn't take Sean.
Oh, don't put that kind of pressure on her.
Dude, I'm trying to help Sean.
Well, Sean, he made his own bed. He's got to lie in it, so to speak. Do you think Sean gave a damn about Abigail when he went off to the game and then when he went off to the Spurs championship?
Of course he did.
Oh, when he got home.
Well, I mean,
I love you, Sean, by the way.
I'm sure at some point Abigail said, "It's okay, go with whoever. I'm good." And you said, "Okay." You failed that test, man.
I know. That's
and she's been holding that grudge for a long time.
9 years, for goodness sake.
Congratulations, Abigail. You win tickets to go see the Cowboys and Raiders. Pledge will get in touch with you and tell you everything that you'll need to get those tickets. Speaking of Pledge, extra innings with James Pledger coming up in about a minute. What do you got coming up on tap today?
Well, I'm going to react to some of the stuff we heard from Mike McCarthy at his press conference a few moments ago. React with you.
With me?
Yeah, with you.
Welcome home, Jason.
You've been gone for like a month, so.
I'm busy. I got to go home and cook some steaks.
Well, I understand. That's why I'm calling you first. Rudy gets the second call.
Mr. 6 inches?
Mr. 6 inches.
Mr. wishes he was 6 inches.
Well, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because let's hear that again. Because to
Free
clarify,
Willy.
He's not at 6.
I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Just about.
I mean, so he's not even close
Not
to that.
close.
I mean, how bad is it when you're hoping for?
I mean, it kind of sounds like he'd be happy with 5.5.
Well, true. Thereabouts, right? That's what he said. So, oh, Rudy.
All depends
Well,
on the starting
you
point.
can discuss that when you visit with Rudy later on Extra Innings with Pledger.
Exactly.
Just don't bring a ruler.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Minix and Joe Reinagel at Joe